And what do you think about your 18th lemon ice cream in 3 days?
19th.
19th, okay. 19th. And crema catalana. Aren't you guys jealous? Give the folks a hair flip.
I've got to cure this poor sick vine.
Fable, fable, fable.
What is this here? Because that's obviously ham. What is this?
That is kind of like diced bacon.
It has a specific name, doesn't it?
We're going for health there. Schinkenwürfel.
Schinkenwürfel. Good.
Look at the height on that bad boy. Oh my god. Dun dun da 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 dun. Da dun dun da 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 dun.
Welcome
to Timeline Talks.
to the Timeline Talks.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you live in Technicolor from the beautiful Hollywood Hills, California. The show where the total retail price of their advice is $0. This is Timelines Talks. Featuring guest stars, Morph action figure collector, Kapla, It Stars and Garden. Also featuring Joey, have you ever been in a Turkish prison? Look out, it's Automaton 2000. And now, the man with the chatter, he doesn't have a bladder. Here's your host, Captain Idol.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 73rd episode of Timelines Talks, or as we would like to announce it to be, our 2-year anniversary. 2 years of Timelines Talks, and not only am I here, the host of the show, Captain Idol, joined by Auto and Stars, have fused together like the Siamese form of Tuvix all along, and here they are, in one room, enjoying... Yes, Fusion does, thank you for the Dragon Ball reference. Guys, happy holidays, happy 2 years! Can you believe we've been doing this that long?
2 years.
2 years, actual years.
God, when will it end?
I don't know. We've been hoping the game would end for so long, but it keeps going, like the Sisyphean boulder that will not roll down.
We keep getting dragged back in by the latest screw up.
Yep. Guys, how are we? How are things in sunny Germany?
You feel that one?
I have been driven to drink. That's how well it's going.
He has acquired the taste of alcohol, and it sustains him now.
Absolutely. Okay, this week...
Buy a sheet of chocolate to eat, so, you know, it swings and roundabouts.
Dude, we have so much sugar in this house, it's unbelievable.
We'll get to your holiday in just a moment. We've got some things to go through tonight. We're going to talk about event wins for the last 2 weeks. We're going to...
We're taking a drink every time we say something negative about WRG tonight, so buckle up.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, I'll join you on that. I might need to restock. I might need to hit the collection hard. We're going to be talking about the Honor Sale, Professor Data, the Player's Choice Mega. We're going to have some boulder meters. We'll talk about the Bortas, Tribbled Koloth and Korax. I had to think about his name then. And whether Shroomies is worth your investment or not. But hey, guys, how's... right, Stars, how is it with Auto? Is he sick of you yet? Has he threatened to kick you out? Is he making awkward signs at you over the Stars, just saying get on the fucking plane? Or is it good?
I mean, I did hold him hostage for about 2.5 hours last night watching a World War II movie. I think he was enjoying it right up until the point where the low sound mixing kind of drove him insane, like he was Riker in Shades of Grey.
No, it was fine. It was basically just a Bond movie the entire way, so...
Yeah, basically.
I understood why he liked it, yeah.
Which one?
That's,
Which
that's
Bond
a
movie?
diplomatic way of saying that he didn't.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so tell
You
us
seem a
about
little
like,
stunned, Idol.
I just
Come on, you've been doing this every week for 2 years, right?
I have, I know it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
So
actually.
Did he get the intro right?
Did he get the intro right?
I don't know. I can't remember that far back.
You
I
might
don't think I
have.
did the intro. No, I didn't do my standard intro. I didn't do Welcome to
did
Timelines Talks, the premium exclusive #1 show for all things Star Trek Timelines. I didn't.
We'll edit that in.
There we go. We'll do that in post. Yeah, we'll fix that in post. Yeah, 2 years. Like, it's taken us this long to get to this point. Like, I remember many years ago, like, you invited me into the big book discussions, then saying, I'd really like to do a podcast. I'm like, well, let's do some sort of stream. All right. And like that
And I was
first one,
like,
we're
I'll
sitting
never
here
get it.
awkwardly
I'll
just
never
kind
get
of talking about Dereth and kind of going, well, he is a good med-sci crew. Let's wonder how he'll shape up in Voyages in 2 years' time. And here we are. But most of all, I really want to just appreciate everyone in the community that's come and joined us, everyone that comes into chat every week, everyone that watches on YouTube, leaves comments, that's on our Discord, that chats to us. Guys, like, we wouldn't have done this if we didn't have the feedback. I think probably after about 3 or 4 weeks, we'd be like, well, this is a mobile game that's probably dead in the water, let's carry on. But you guys have been with us every step of the way, and that's been absolutely fantastic. So, you know, we'd be nothing without our fun community, and we made friends along the way. It's been a great time, and whether we still talk about timelines in the future, who knows? But we'll still be talking together, definitely.
I thought our company line was even if no one watched, we'd still do it because we love it. How did that switch to we do it for only the viewers? Come on.
I'm trying to appease them because they're watching us right now.
You can't please everyone.
You sold your soul, Idol. I remember when you used to be anti-corporate. When you used to
Yeah,
be
anyway, yeah, this year none of the money is going to charity. It's all coming to me. This is a wholly fund to sort of fund my beer addiction. So there we are.
Just going to fund your copy of Professor Data.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to need it. Yeah, we'll get on to that. Yeah, guys, like, come on, tell us, how is it finally meeting up? After all these years, all these times, like, what is it like, the union of Stars and Auto? How many ice
We've
creams
been
have you had?
documenting everything on the Discord already. So if you really want to know, just go back and watch that. Or
Yeah.
look through that.
Yeah, if you look at our
How
Discord, there is a...
homoerotic do you think it is? Do you think it could be more homoerotic or less?
It's been getting more homoerotic each day. You'll see in a little bit some of the borderline activity.
You will, yeah. Go onto the Discord and have a look at your, what is it called? Stars and Auto's Excellent Adventure.
course.
Is the thread.
We have handled 4 different sausages in the last 2 days, so it's been getting.
Absolutely
About this long, this thick.
Okay, let's spin that wheel. Let's spin the wheel for thank you for everyone that submitted show titles this week. Everyone.
Thank you,
Oh
Ben.
gosh, I forgot to change my layout on this. I'll do that in a minute. Let's spin it first. There's always a complication. Congratulations, Low Cost Monkey! You have won a sub this week. Bajoran claps all round. Let us know when your sub expires.
He may
'cause I
not
think...
be the best helmsman or engineer or tactical officer, but he's a great stand-up guy. From the bridge crew thing where we did.
That's right.
Yeah. So congratulations to you. Okay, quickly moving on to event winners. Last week, obviously, we had Klingon Academy, so we will talk about Funimations, who won himself a 5/5 Mokbara Wharf. Congratulations to you, that event. Also in the running, number 5 Siete, number 10 Trialfia, who has just finished every super rare crew in the game so far. So congratulations to you for that one. Number 11 this Cisco, number 18 Bry, number 20 Evans of Wales, number 22 Flash, 35 James G. Kirk, 39 Ignamirth, 43 Loki. Now on to this week.
23 Dangavan. Dangavan.
Oh,
You keep
sorry.
forgetting Dangavan.
I do keep forgetting Dangavin. No,
He's our
congratulations to you.
number 1 viewer.
He is actually one of
you,
our
baby.
Pofcast listeners who tends to
true.
listen to the show 3 weeks after I actually put it up.
So I was
Red
briefly on
alarm.
Rise,
Red alarm.
So thank you,
Red
Turbo Freak
alarm.
8888844444 for following.
I was on Rise during this event. 13 million to win a skirmish. That's like the lowest since they
Wow.
added speed up, I think.
Oh my gosh,
Look, you left, and then everyone was like, "Well, now we can just relax."
it's fair game. Well, that was all to be said, but
Am
then
I the baddie?
Yes.
always. The next event, which was a faction, which is famously a Klingon Marauders event before Michelob parted away. I think the KM crew came out for another run, but Toho Sovereignty, it was basically a cash event. There was money being thrown at this event. But congratulations to KM's very own Rowden for winning a 5/5 orbital skydiving tour as number 5. This Cisco. Number 7 Defer. Number 18 Nolian.
Sorry. The camera acts up. If I get too close, it like brightens everything up. And
You look like you're in the like that TOS episode, Enemy Within. There you go. That's the way we want it.
There we
Sorry,
go. That's what the
continue
people
on,
want to
Ivan.
see. Content warnings. This might get a bit lewd. 41 James T. Kirk. 42 AJ Warp 9. Oh, there'll be more.
Vulcan combat cruiser.
I warned you. Now I have been fully engulfed in the stars corona. That's why I hide half my face, my damn webcam. Sorry.
Oh Lord, I can see where this show's going. Okay.
Fucking
was-
WRG.
Thank you, Cranky. It was a competitive faction, definitely, for those that want to score at the top. For some reason, like there was a lot of cash being thrown in that top 10. I remember a few people were saying that they were struggling to get even top 100. There was money going out this week, which is something we haven't seen for a little while.
I mean, it didn't hurt that Torres was extremely good.
Very good crew.
So I've heard a theory floating around that one or more people at the top of these faction events are WRG plants there to stimulate the spending.
Could you imagine?
Is this possible? I gotta pull chat.
I mean,
to see how...
we've seen Ben's Dilithium account, haven't we? We've seen how many millions he's got. He could just like go on there, change his name, and just kind of go, push it up, spend.
Yeah,
Papa needs a
giveaway
new.
would be that if it was Ben, it'd be all Picards on the bridge crew, and then it'd be like easy to spell.
Yeah. All right.
Or you'd have someone like Mirror Spock in there.
All right, pull up and chat. You let me know if this is crazy conspiracy or if it's absolutely true.
I think if I was running a mobile game, I absolutely would do that. Like, I think that's if I could, yeah, well, come on, I'm running a company, of course I would.
Idle, you're such a carny. Get them in the tent and then pick their pockets.
Absolutely, I would push up and go, well, just tease them a little bit, just stay on that level, just keep like 200 event points below them, and then just make them not feel safe and think, oh, I need to open the wallet.
All right, what are we voting, stars?
I don't think it's the thing.
Well, who cares? I have the mouse. They're definitely poking the pig.
Auto, are you sharing your mouse with your guest?
No,
He is not. Shame on you.
you have to
Shame on
agree on things.
That's not gonna happen.
Okay.
While that stimulating poll is going on, we have something special to show you. You guys have been hard at work, haven't you?
No, not us. This
you-
is Paramount Studios.
Absolutely. We've got, well, you intro it and I'll...
We snuck in and got the footage. That's our
did, yes.
contribution.
Yes, we beamed into Paramount Studios and stole a few reels of. They are doing a new remaster of Old Trek. So if you're an
We're
old Trek
privileged
fan and apparently
to get this,
Discovery,
to debut this live, aren't we?
yeah, they are remastering some old footage, and we have a sneak peek for you
We
right
might
now.
get copyright struck. That's how hot off the press it is.
So pay attention to your screens, folks, and let's
Okay.
roll. Dun, da, dun, da, 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 da.
Captain's log, stardate 47195.1. The Enterprise is in orbit around Perperoni 5 to deal with a food shortage among the colonists. Long-range sensors have detected a total lack of female biosigns on the surface below.
What is wrong? Whoa, what's wrong with you?
I know what you're planning, sir. I will not be surprised.
What are you talking about? Tracy!
have you suspended the game?
Because it's not a rematch! You have made a mockery of me!
Data, you beat him!
No, sir. I busted him up.
That thing, Lieutenant.
Since yesterday, Doctor. This morning I found out that he... I mean, she had had babies.
Well, I'd say in that case you got a bargain. You running a nursery, Lieutenant?
Oh, Captain. Well, I hadn't intended to, sir, but the Tribble had other plans.
Did you get this at the space station?
Yes, sir.
A most curious creature, Captain. Its trilling seems to have a tranquilizing effect on the crew. Thankfully, I am somewhat immune.
I have something for you.
What is it?
Fan mail.
What's your deal? Starships have redundant power relays. There should...
I just spotted the hottest guy over there, and apparently he's in a band.
I want to do something too, with you.
What?
It's something you can teach me, will you?
Well, actually, about this long, this thick.
Worf? Are you all right?
Apple whiskey should be illegal.
It is. Looks like wine's off the menu.
Unless you brought a phaser.
Never on the first date.
Assist me. Slice these vegetables transversely in 5mm increments.
Aye, aye.
8-7.
Please, go away.
Come on! A little smile. How is it gonna hurt? I won't tell anyone.
What must I do to convince you to stop?
Come on.
Here comes the shuttlecraft, Mr. Vulcan.
There we go. You won't get more exclusive than that.
Dude, Paramount has really raised the bar in terms of quality family entertainment there. So.
Seriously, who would have thought Sweding? Well done, Paramount. Who would have thought Sweding was the way forward? Like, I honestly, when I was editing that, when I got to the disco one where you're standing in your bathtub playing the fucking saxophone, I have never laughed so hard. Is your expression on your face like? Podcast listeners, go and check that out on the YouTube page. It's well worth it.
Dude, he gives me the 3, 2, 1 go, and I just instinctively started playing Frere Jacques badly.
Maybe you should have just started playing the laughing Vulcan and his dog.
Yeah.
Much like Jean-Luc Picard, you both can't play Frere Jacques on your respective instruments.
This is why we have to remain like a full continent apart, or
it's like a matter-antimatter reaction. It needs to be controlled.
It's possibly some of the greatest stuff I've ever witnessed, and this needs to happen more often. Definitely. All right, shall we actually talk about this game of ours we somehow keep talking about for 2 years?
This concludes the lighthearted portion of the evening. Now we're going to slam WRG.
It's all serious from now on. There shall be no bants.
I was drinking this. Now I'm drinking this.
Yeah, switch it out.
Fantastic. All right, there's an honor sale on. Anyway, moving on. What more can we say? We've had another honor sale. It has come as predicted. One of the quarterly honor sales, which they are now doing as regular, but will not confirm nor deny, lest they influence our spending somehow.
We don't want you hoarding, but you won't hoard because we'll keep on throwing them at you. Like, you know what? Because we're about to hit the downhill portion of the stream, Idle, did you get anything
It's
good?
like a roller coaster. Yeah.
Did you get anything good? Did you have any happy results? Did you
Funnily
avoid all
enough,
frozen
yes.
balls?
I got a second star for my duplicate JG Palmer. I shit you not.
Is that meant to be good or bad?
Okay, no. What did I get? I did get something good, and I've already forgotten because it was that inconsequential. Nope, I've forgotten already. Hang on, let me go check the thread we're all posting in. You guys go. You guys talk.
Instant gratification, motherfucker. I got a few extra stars on some collection crew, but the real joy for me, I'm not going to mention the 2 AFBs I got out of search, which is fucking frustrating. But I did manage to finish off Calhire Wharf, and that means that it's all worth it. That's what it's actually all about.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you could have bought the sites anyway, so it's not directly the honor sale. But...
Oh yes.
I mean, I got them at a discount.
I found it. I got my first star on Regency Riker. I was very happy with that.
That's a good one, to be fair.
Yeah,
you can't
I like
retrieve
that.
them. Not reliably. Anyway.
For podcast listeners, I forgot the results of the first poll. Yeah, honor sales are great, but it's like, that's kind of their, what's that meme where he like smashes the blue button? That's like their go-to if they screw up, or if it's been too long, or if they want to hype the player base.
I think I think it's differently. I think it's now happening at a regular interval. Genos, Timeline Talks historian, has established that they are happening once every quarter. Like it's happening. We're getting 4 of them a year, and they seem to be hitting it like clockwork. So I think this is a regular thing, and we've spoken about this before, and we've said, yeah, that's a good thing, and it's making for elderly players, it's making honor a bit more worthless, which is why they're throwing out other things to spend honor on, which we'll get onto in a minute.
Yeah,
well, it does tie in. M5 tie in. Yeah, they dangled the honor hole carrot right before the honor sale carrot. So if you haven't figured out that pattern by now, that's on you.
Which they did was Calhire Wharf, something similar to that come out before the last one.
Yeah, relatively before, and then
didn't it?
I think once they picked up the pace with what was it, Phlox 7 Wharf. They kind of had a sale follow close behind, and now the Bortas.
Which is fine. If you know the pattern, you know what to look for. And then, Stars, you rightly went, okay, I'm going to wait for the honor sale, and then now I'll do Wharf, because you are there.
I love honor! I demand honor!
Thank you, patron saint of the podcast.
All right, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being childbirth, how uncomfortable are these chairs that we have to sit on?
Hang on.
Well, it scales exponentially as the show goes on. It starts off at roughly a 4, but then by the end of the night, it's around about a 9.
Yeah.
You guys going to raise it to childbirth? Really?
I mean, they're really uncomfortable chairs.
Look, no, I'm just waiting for one of you to say, how bad could it be? And piss off all of our female
We're not
viewers.
doing a junior situation here. Okay?
How much could childbirth possibly cost? $10?
Oh, there we go. There's the American talk.
I just want sympathy for doing the 9-hour charity stream on one of these bad boys.
Yeah, I don't know how you managed to do that.
That's why I'm noticeably shorter than Stars and Garters, but we won't talk about it.
Yeah, that's why.
I'm sitting on a stack of phone books over here.
Oh, you're going to recreate the Yellow Pages ad. Stars, you must remember the Yellow Pages adverts. Maybe?
I remember some of them. I
was going to say, the girl, she stands on the Yellow Pages with the mistletoe at Christmas? No, okay. That's maybe. No. You're not that? Oh, Christ. Okay. Show my age.
You're just old. You have to accept it.
I'm elderly. Come on, say it right. Okay. I mean, what more can we say about an honor sale? Chime in chat if you got anything good from the honor sale. I think the elderly players. I think
Tribbled has also kind of hit how good
the
honor sales are, because it's like, what was the biggest excitement you could possibly get from Beholders? Oh, Gary 7. Oh, Braxton. It's like, these are 3 or 4 relatively easily achievable pole stars away for any person with a starting account now.
Yeah, pretty much any. Yeah, it's so hard to gift shop for my brother because whatever he wants, he just goes and gets. So it's like with crew retrieval, if you really wanted a crew, you can just go get it. So there are a few exceptions. If you still want to make cheesecake, Mobile Doctor's not 100%. If you want First Officer Burnham, if you want next week's #1 Voyager, who we can't talk about yet because WRG's slow on the stats, Drink.
And right.
Who's not 100% retrievable, then it might be nice to get him in honor sales, but other than that,
there you are. All right, let's talk about something more interesting. No, because what else can you say?
I
about
know you're
Hollis?
kind of off your game today. You're a little slow in the transition.
Do you know what? Do you know what's
can't handle
confusing
our
me?
fusion power.
It's the fact you two are on the same screen. I'm kind of thinking there's only two of us, so I'm just adapting. Oh, Greggy has resubscribed. Thank you.
Something to come out of it like Nagilum.
There we go. Thank you, Greggy, for
Is that the
resubscribing.
Windows sound?
Oh shit, is that coming through? Okay, never mind.
We need to update Idle. Those aren't suggestions.
God, no!
they're updates.
It's Windows telling me that the sync to my lights isn't working properly, but it worked. Oh fuck's sake, shut up. Anyway, no, what's throwing me off is you guys are in one screen and one mic, and I'm like having to like it's confusing my simple brain.
You have less work to do, and yet you have.
All right, let's talk about the prelude to the honor sale, which was this is gonna be WRG Drinkathon, the IKS Bortas.
Get ready.
Do you have the image to put on screen? By the way, I worked so hard on that.
Oh, I mean, it was in the pre-roll. Let me put it back up now while I actually fix this shit. You guys keep talking while I'm fixing. Oops, no, wrong button.
All right, you talk. I'm gonna look up the ship. It's an interesting ship, but it also costs over 1.2 million honor to fully fuse.
It's
I was
ridiculous.
going to say it's an interesting ship. No, it's not.
Oh, hang on. Someone's gonna.
It's another
Twitch
Klingon
for
bird of prey.
Jay! Thank you very much for resubscribing. Thank you very much. 6 months. Very nice. Thank you very much. Anyway, sorry. Carry on.
I was gonna say that wasn't-
Shut up, Windows noises.
Like, let's be real here. So it's the IKS Bortas, and I think the flavor text establishes that's what Gowron's flagship during the Klingon Civil War.
A Klingon battlecruiser that was Chancellor Gowron's flagship during the Klingon Civil War was the primary warship of the Klingons.
No, it wasn't.
Dude, you had like memorized. That was pretty good.
It's almost like I read it off a memory alpha page. Anyway, so I have a question here. Why that? If I was going to put any ship that's not currently in the game in the honor hall and make you try and pay 1.25 million honor for it, you know what? I put the Enterprise D Dreadnought from All Good Things.
The triple fin.
Yeah, with the big ass laser cannon
I've
and
got
everything on
3.
it on the underside. 3.
Yes.
I've got 3.
Oh, not enough. Thank you very much for gifting a subscription. You are a star amongst men or women. Sorry, I assume your gender there. Carry on.
I'm already subbed.
I assume you are. If you aren't, you aren't
All
supporting.
right,
the
more
party.
Borta.
Ladies,
People
please.
love the Borta friends. Okay, so, well, let's see. Let's go down the areas where it can be good, because the abilities are interesting. It's got a big damage, 450% at 6 seconds.
That's a big
People
boom.
like that. At 2 seconds, got 100% attack speed. That, I think, is the largest amount in the game. It only lasts 5 seconds, so you got to kind of line it up. But
Well, do any ship battles last longer than that nowadays?
with the duration, the cooldown, it averages like 27% passive attack speed. And then it's got a cloak, of course. So, well, that's the thing. There's different areas.
Spanners! Thank you for interrupting these guys.
It isn't our strength.
All right, so there's different areas of the game where you use your ships. Skirmish, it's not worth it at all. Just stick with the Kraken because it's faster, and what you want is speed with skirmishes. Arena, it's interesting. You know, I've seen people say there's good results, but I guarantee I can counter it with any free ship out there. So again, that's more of a luxury pick. The interesting thing here is going to be boss battles. What Ben showed us in the demo, he did say, well, that it's not doing the damage it needs to, but it's basically a full 180 seconds before the speed up. So like a full 3-minute battle, and then with speed up, you know, it's not going to be quite that fast. But if you're going the full duration, maybe that attack speed really comes into play. Maybe the repeated damage comes into play. Maybe the cloak saves you if you can time out what the attacks are. So
Maybe it allows you to stack more hull repair, I suppose.
that might be the linchpin there. If it does really well in boss battles and there's good rewards attached, then maybe people start looking into that. But I think right now it's kind of a joke.
So what?
Well, it's what the cost of.
Well, I mean the cost
Yeah.
is a joke for a ship.
Because it's what,
Absolutely.
30 beholds plus citations?
Yeah.
30.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like,
Yeah,
I
would
mean,
you rather
just to get
have-
you don't
would
even
you
get the
rather have,
ship.
what, 12,
Sorry.
12 fully fused crew to go on the voyage, or like a ship to take on the voyage.
You don't even get like the ship when you buy that first behold. You get 150 schematics, and you need to buy that 4 times, like to even get the ship. I did that. I will confess. I went. I can spend 20. Yeah, sorry. I can spend 20. Yeah, this guy. I can spend 20,000 on it. I'll get it. And then I went. Oh shit! I didn't even get the shit for that because I just wanted to run around in a Vorchar class starship. Like, who doesn't like it? And yeah, fool on me. I wish I could refund that, but
This is blue.
this is blue.
Okay, so our good buddy Dangavan, which is the reason now we shot him out, he made another good point on the subreddit, which is if you're a new player, if you're a VIP 0 player, if you're a habitual reroller, you will understand this point. It means a lot to get a level 7 or above ship so that you can start cruising the top difficulty of skirmishes. You get better reward payouts, you get more VP for your time spent. So having a deterministic way to farm that is actually really nice. If you try to do Dabo only, not only are there like 6 or 7 ships in that rotation, but you only get 1 or 2 rolls at it per day. They rotate in, you're not going to get the same ones. So if you could farm this for honor and say 200, 300,000, and then be able to do top level skirmishes within the first couple months, that would actually be maybe worth it at that point. But they didn't do that. They made it between 4 and 10 times pricier than it would be for me personally to ever consider buying in for like a new account.
I was worried you were going to try and defend it there. I was like, am I going to have to get the crazy pin?
No, I mean, it's, again, the whole point of Honor Hole is you have options to spend your honor. So it's good to do that. But that price point is outrageous, if you ask me.
If you guys end up fighting tonight and you've got nowhere to go, you guys are going to have to live with this and like hug it out or something. And did you think about these consequences when you agreed to this?
Dude, you look like a Smurf. Don't try to provoke us, all right?
It's because I got blue. Hang on, this is blue. Right, all right, let me change stuff. You carry on. Talking about Bortas.
Okay, can we also get a shout out for my my genius title for this week, which was
so
repeat, we are out of IKS Bortas license plates.
No, I mean, the real appreciation for that joke is if you've watched our SDA improv stream, which is on YouTube last week, where we may have had a Commander Bort. I am also Commander Bort in the stream, so yeah, that's why that made me juggle.
Marge bought up all the IKS Bortas license plates. That's what happened.
But yeah, it's a great ship. It's probably one of the most meta-defining ships there. But if you've got it 10 of 10, I don't know. Like, it's got to be someone like we've seen Cold. Cold comes on the streams and he has nothing but AFB, so he's got nothing to spend his honor on in an honor sale. Not even sites tempt him. Like maybe that's for him, but I
don't know, man. How many players are there like that in the game left?
Not as many, because Cold even himself has retired. But hey ho. But it's a nice ship, and I like the Vorchar class. Like the ship itself, I like the Vorchar class. It's one of my favorite Klingon stars.
Like a 4 or 5 star variant of it in an event like down the road. It's just going to be like the Vorchar class or something else, and it's going to be completely fine. And it's like, I also don't. Again, like of all the ships, just the Vorchar. Why?
Could have been the
All right,
Excelsior.
Paul and Chad, by the way, let me know what you guys think about this. If you're interested in it, maybe not at that price point, maybe you're already gone for it and you think it's a great idea.
I can see people, like you put on there 1 of 10 so I can fly. I can see people doing that, just so you can have the
it's
ship.
going to be 100,000 honor to get enough schematics for that first level.
Which, I mean, if you're going for that for Ball Queen 7 or like Beverly Picard, like, you just want the crew, you're a fan. Also, what?
I was going to say, like, those crew are more worthwhile in the long run.
True.
Like, for the relative costs.
All right, Chad, help us out. What is the most honorable, memorable, notable ship out there that you think would be the best honor hole fit? I'm thinking maybe Bajoran light ship, like you said, Enterprise D with the triple fins.
What about
Enterprise J?
They could have had the opportunity here to tie into Picard season 2 and have the new Stargazer.
Yeah,
that would have been a strong pick.
Or the original Stargazer.
We've got 2 of those. Like, there's the default ship, and there's like you said, the Roddenberry.
And then there's the mirror.
Yeah, but it's not the Stargazer.
It's not the Stargazer. What else could we have gotten?
Federation fighter.
You know what? You could have just gone. Why not make it the Delta Flyer? We ain't got that.
Yeah,
yet.
the Delta Flyer would actually
that'd be cool. I could take out a Borg ship with that. That makes so much sense. Can we actually? I haven't put it in the show notes. Can we talk about how GOM2 is going to be a player ship? After they just announced, I'll go back to that later. After they just,
it's going to fire phasers because they're not going to put in the extra effort for it to do the little wave.
After they just announced boss battles where you have these massive capital ships that you fight against, like the Planet Killer, like possibly Gomtu, who does nothing more really. Like he's a starship destroying ship. Like there is no equivalent. He waves his ass and everyone goes about 15 light years in a different direction. But no, you're just going to fly him around and go pew 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 pew.
Look, we've all wanted to fly around on a pine cone at some point.
Actually, I kind of like the episode.
Oh, the episode's great.
It's a fun episode, and
But I think we might all agree that it is not enough to base a mega off of.
dude, this mega's a train wreck. I can't wait to drag on that. Ooh, the Pasteur. There's a good one.
Pasteur, yes.
From All Good Things. That
would go well with Beverly Picard. You could have a twofer.
Yeah.
You could maybe do a deal or something like that. Say, get this. Like,
You've been playing too much Star Trek Online.
Yeah, you're right. That's true.
Pay a low price of 2 million honor for the ship, and you get Beverly for free.
Way, just like Picard did.
You have to pay you for that.
Oh, the Cerritos, Karenki, that's a good one as well. Yeah, any kind of flagship. I mean, if they were doing Prodigy, you could say the Protostar.
No, because we care about competency and quality. And I'm sorry, is the mic on?
Oh.
All right. Okay, I'm going to give you guys the choice. Do you want to talk about? Do you want to skip over?
Ever.
Do you want to skip over to Player's Choice now, since we just discussed it, or should we talk about Professor Data?
Hey, we craft the show notes meticulously for a reason.
Absolutely, it doesn't take us 5 minutes or anything. Okay, in which case, let's get rid of Bortas smoking his cigarette.
It takes about 3 minutes. So.
Guys, Professor Data. Okay, so let's have a little journey through history. Back, what, 2 months ago, 3 months ago? I don't know. Time is an illusion. Lunchtime, doubly so.
Yeah, it was like 6 to 7 months, I think.
Exactly. This was an event.
No, it was during the Innovator Mega. That's where it was.
So that's like 9 months or something.
So this crew was supposed to be an event reward until all of a sudden there were issues. There were approval issues. I don't know the full details. No one does. What is an approval issue? Is it they forgot to submit it on time, or was someone drunk at the wheel on CBS's end? Who knows?
Approval issues that continue to this day, because that's the reason we don't
literally
have
today. And actually, let me find out if they've uploaded the
unusual delay.
Unusual.
It's not that unusual anymore. It's not unusual. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so not only
alternate future, Data holds the Lucasian Chair of Mathematics at Cambridge University.
So not only that, they finally come back and say, yes, you will see Data at some point, and we think, hurrah, hurrah. They will run an event for him again. No. He's going to be in a Tuesday pack to make all of us just kind of go, you fuckers. Like, you could have... Like, I don't wait another month for you to put him in an event. That's fine. But looking at his stance, you kind of go, oh, no, he's Voyager 200 and something. Fine, whatever. He was trash out the door anyway. No worries. Nothing lost here. But then they decide to go, you know what? Fuck it. We'll make him Voyager number 7. Oh, boosted, of course.
Oh, you're forgetting. Didn't they get buffed to Voyager 80 and then buffed to Voyager 5?
I thought it was only
for
one buff.
podcast listeners, are you going for the IKS Bortas? 52% are not paying honor for his ship. 39% are saying not at that price. And one brave soul is taking it to level 1 so they can fly it, and one brave person taking it all the way to fully fused.
Bless him. So yeah, this is I'm very conflicted on this Tuesday crew, because it's a Tuesday crew that shouldn't have been a Tuesday, and it is. I feel like they've just boosted him for the sake of like, oh wait, we need to sell him. Him being this low is fairly shit, and you know, without thinking, oh wait, no, we remember the history. Pepperidge Farm remembers, you know.
So here's the thing: we have an upcoming segment called Incompetence or Greed, which I'm sure will be a recurring segment with this game. This is going to be our slam dunk one, because what happened was they figured, he can be kind of boring stat-wise for an event. And then when they realized, we put him in a Tuesday pack, let's just make him the number 3 Voyager in the game, because people are going to be paying for it. Like, it's fine to put out kind of an average card for an event, but when there's money involved, we're going to jack up the stats.
Yeah. Well, we also have to talk about just what kind of good card he is, because he's not just a normal good card. He is completely unique in his skill order, am I not correct?
Well, okay, so he's great in events and voyages are kind of the 2 points of interest. Yeah, he has a totally unique skill order, which is going to be very helpful. I think everyone loves the art. I haven't heard anyone say anything negative about the art.
Yeah, the stitching on the chair is lovely, actually.
And then he's the top 3 side base with plenty of events, so he's going to be good in events too. So he's definitely a good card. Big Book Data app has him rated in Tier 1, mostly on the back of that voyage power for the next few hours. So he's a good package, and they put him in. If they kept the stats original in the 6-pack, I think probably a lot more people would have passed on him. I don't know. I think the art fiends would have appreciated the cat, but...
Well, you would be able to put him in a bridge crew with Flint and maybe some other sitting down crew, and then have
That's
a nice
true.
sort of
Sitting
like
collection.
having around tea.
There it is. Do we have 5 people? At least 5 people sitting. That's all they need.
Well,
I'm
here's
just jilted by the fact that they've put him in a Tuesday after he was promised as an event, but then pulled it back because of reasons. We don't know why. Brent Spiner didn't like the shade on the tabby. I don't know. Oh no, not on the tortoiseshell.
So, do we know if this is a redraw or not? Because this is fine art, and if this was the original, it must have been. It wasn't like a quality issue. It was more like, oh, we just don't have the rights from CBS and/or Spiner.
I'm going to take read into this as much as you can. I'm going to take a very, 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 very educated guess that this was the original art. So, who knows? I think this is all yeah, exactly. I think this is all going to come around from the lower decks and whoever on CBS's end or WRG's end that's just not submitting shit in time. Who knows? Like, this is... And it's happening today. It's happening right now with Tryler Scott and Spock, that we're waiting for an event, we're waiting for information on this new event, but they're still waiting for it being approved. There are approval issues. Like, why does this keep happening? Like, I had someone say to me, Idle, are you okay, about 6 months ago when I went off about this very same topic. It's like, why are we having approval issues? Why are you still doing this with your processes? Come on. Work it out.
Well,
and now he's a 6-pack Tuesday, and he's good.
I'll just stop.
Sorry. I'm done.
There's a delay.
So they kind of do this to themselves because they decided to create the event hub, which means, we will see crew a week in the future. This will be so convenient for the players.
Hoisted by their own petards.
And all it does is highlight their incompetence. They've managed to get it right for the first 3 or 4 months. And for the past, 2 or 3, there's been a delay issue or some kind of art has not gone live, but stats have. It feels like every week. It feels like every week this happens.
It sounds petty. It does. It really does. It's like, they are launching events just about on time with, when they go live with the right stats and the right crew. They are getting to the wire and doing it, but we are noticing, we're getting a glimpse behind the curtain. Like, we're in Wonderland and the curtain has opened. Sorry, no, Oz. We're in Oz and the curtain opened and it isn't the god we all expected, but it's the little guy in the machine from Futurama.
Noted Daba winner Low Cost Monkey says the original art had him wearing Reebok pumps, and that's why they got slapped with the cut. There's a Nike swoosh on the bottom of those, and they had to switch him to the loafers.
No, that was Birthright Bashir. That's what the problem was.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we do need that one, definitely. Just walking out.
I just realized, because we watched it yesterday, I just realized that the last episode that was filmed for Tasha Yar's character, she's waving in the background.
You've never seen that before?
No, I didn't know that.
Oh, wow.
So that's cute.
Yeah, she does. She
I
waves.
love the little background things.
Yeah.
All right, so as a card, you're going to want them. If you don't, 6-packs are real choppy waters. So if you want to wait, he might be in the portal 8 to 12 months. Go for him then. If you can retrieve him then, I think he's still 100% retrievable. Again, that unique skill order helps. He's going to be a good Voyager for years to come. He's going to be an event piece for years to come. The traits are really quite thin. What were we talking about before? He should have warp theorist.
Quantum mechanics, probably.
Quantum mechanics. He comes up with the warp bubble stuff in that episode. So again, they under-traded him, but he's still got the power to be good for years to come.
Now the thing is, Otto tried to undersell me on this card. Said, he's good on Voyages but collections he got nothing. And I just had it burbling away in the back of my head, and I'm thinking it's going to start bubbling in the back of yours. How many crew away are we from having all of the good things crew? All good things. We're missing Geordi.
Yeah, I was
we have Admiral Riker. We have Aromatic Syndrome Picard.
We have Governor Worf.
We
have Captain Beverly Picard.
Yeah. Data.
We've got Data now.
Yeah, we're missing Geordi.
Season 1 Tasha, but no, all good things Tasha. When she's a bit older, she's obviously 7 years on, and the haircut's slightly different.
Yeah.
I think we're missing that Tasha maybe.
But of that alternate future. Now, what if they say in 2 weeks, All Good Things Collection Geordie is the -1 Voyager or something ridiculous. He's got 2,000 gauntlet rolls because God knows they don't give a fuck about gauntlet.
Oh, we'll get
And
that.
then how we feel then?
So when they added, what's his name, Odo,
Oh yeah,
Bagman Odo in the six-pack, they did announce while the pack was still up that they have a collection upcoming. So they could still do something like that in a couple weeks down the line. That would be the ultimate scumbag move, but you know, they're not exempt from that. So we'll see. I don't know. I think that's a ways yet down the line.
it's my conspiracy theory. I don't have any proof for it. We don't have any art or any kind of assets for it. But
Speaking of conspiracies, do you like that? Did you like that? That was good. That's a good
There
segue.
you
Speaking
go.
of
That's why we've been
conspiracy,
going for 2 years, baby.
so players' choice. Sorry, hang on. Let me start that again. Players' choice, Mega, because we all chose for some reason everyone chose TNG and Tin Man. Mega has been announced. There are, if you go onto the forums, you can see all of the crew, and let me spin up who all we're getting. Bear with me one moment.
You want me to read this?
Oh, please, yeah, you do it.
Okay, so dude, they're pinning this mess on us. June player's choice. We picked Tin Man / Bioships,
allegedly,
which is TNG / Voyager. So 5 of the crew are TNG. 1 is Voyager. 1 is Discovery. 1 is Strange New Worlds, I think.
Yes.
So yeah, upcoming we have Captain Robert DeSoto, Lieutenant Junior Grade Picard. That's the one from Tapestry, where he's wearing the blue uniform. Lieutenant Commander Spock as the new Strange New Worlds. Lieutenant Commander McDougal, which we watched that episode
Also
from
not Tin Man.
The Naked Time. Yeah, also not Tin Man. This one's on you.
Ruon Tarka.
Ruon Tarka, thank you.
From Discovery Season 4.
Sarata for LaForge, which was the fucking clip show at the end of season 2
Yeah, we had
TNG.
What the fuck?
Shades of Grey.
We watched that. He's in about 10 minutes of it.
Yeah.
Not even
Data gets
10,
attacked by the massive fucking vine, doesn't he? And Geordie's there.
Yeah. Hollow Data, which I think most people are guessing is the one with the phone in his belly when he sleeps with Freud or whatever.
Is it
And
gonna
then
be that
Disorderly... We're guessing. And Disorderly Icheb.
So those last two, Hollow Data, I cannot pin. Like, is it going to be the one? I would have called him something like Out of Data, maybe, or.
That implies that you watch the episode or have a sense of humor.
I think Long Distance Data is
Long
what
Distance
people were...
Data. Yeah, that's a good one. But Hollow.
And quickly, the order of events is Skirmish, Galaxy, Faction, Galaxy, and Faction.
No complaints on that. Yeah.
So, yeah, kind of heavily weighted toward using the crew you get at the end of the month, which is, I think, what most people like.
Fine.
It's all astrophysicists.
Also, what we've noticed the last few months, Ben, please tune out if you're listening, is that they kind of just copy-paste the order of the crew upcoming. So the best we can figure is DeSoto, Spock, Ruon Tarka, and Hollow Data are going to be the golds, and the other 4 are going to be the purples.
Hollow. I just can't. Like you say, maybe it's him with the phone, but is it maybe Dream Data? Maybe I don't know.
Wait, so this is 8. Oh, I'm sorry. An infected Twyla Scott is apparently going to be the recurring crew.
From
so
Conspiracy.
From Conspiracy.
So this is more
So there is
season 1
exactly
TN.
one crew and one ship from TNG.
So if players were going to pick their favorite crew for the Player's Choice Month, they picked Twyla Scott, Robert DeSoto.
You did this. You picked this.
Sarata 4, Clip Show LaForge, Lieutenant Commander McDougal from Drunk Wesley episode, Disorderly Icheb. This is like the lowlights, the worst hits possible.
For the 1000th crew, we have a really exciting choice. We'll play 20 questions to announce who the 1000th crew will be. Well, it's not going to be Mayweather, is it?
It's definitely not Mayweather.
So let's just, Player Choice Mega.
Finger on the pulse, WRG. Finger on the pulse.
Yeah.
Well, technically, we don't know how many of these are going to make it in game because it's Wednesday evening and we still don't have next week's event.
Let me just run my scan again and see if there's actually any artwork yet. But Twyla Scott. Okay, Conspiracy is a good episode. I unironically do like that episode. I like it, but oh my god, this is
not
related to Tin Man in any way.
No.
Or Astrophysicist.
Astrophysicist is going to be
Okay, so in fact...
Well, hold on. How many of these are going to have astrophysicists? Twyla Scott, no.
No.
DeSoto, no. Picard, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was astrophysicist.
Okay. Spock, possibly.
Yes.
Yeah. McDougal, no. Ron Tarka?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
LaForge, no.
maybe.
Holodata, no. Icheb, yes. So about half.
Okay, well. I mean,
Oh, yeah, we get another Command Sec Mega. Good point, Ben.
Hey, wonderful. I mean, we're gonna have a conversation about that with the top 10 voyages at the moment, but no, completely forgot my point. Carry on.
We just keep talking over you two.
That's just happened about 3 times tonight.
Collection of outtake clips that we made, because that put a smile on my face.
Yeah, I'll play that again in a minute. It's a weird one. Like, after they... this is my point that I was going to make. After they sort of, Displaced Mega, the last one we had, was fairly decent. Like, it was on theme. It was displaced. Every crew had the tag. You made use of the crew. It was a good, boilerplate, pretty good Mega. And then to kind of go to this and think this is the player's choice? You've chosen Astrophysicist and Tin Man, and you decided to pick some Season 1 TNG, a random disco card, and... you put Gomtu in there for good measure, even though it makes no fucking sense to have that card as a player-controlled ship, despite the fact you're releasing boss battles any moment now, apparently, by the end of May, I believe.
The fact that we have the whales as a card that you can have, but Gomtu isn't. I would have accepted Gomtu as a card more than
I kind of agree with you on that.
He is a living ship. I think it fits as a ship. I hope they do him right. Don't put him in if you're going to have Gomtu shooting phasers, because that's like...
Gonna do it.
It's like that's like giving Mukbar Worf a phaser rifle in his art. Like, let's
sigh.
All right, so I give them 2 thumbs up on the order of events.
Yeah.
2 thumbs down on theming and stats we have yet to see. Can we jump to DeSoto?
I mean, just one thing. I mean, if they wanted to call this the say like the early days Mega, or like say this is the Season 1 TNG Mega, or like. Just and then fix it a little bit.
Standard, call it standard definition.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, maybe Ruon Taka is the only sort of oddball there, but make it a TNG Mega, that'd be fine. But don't make it a player's choice and then kind of go.
Living ships. They mentioned Species 8472 in the Mega thing. There's no. You could have a Species 8472 bioship as a player. That would make more sense to me than Gomtu, actually.
Yeah. And I think
it makes sense, but
I think
but also there are other, like, I mocked up like Lieutenant Commander Valerie Archer.
Dude, we're together. We're just.
I know. I've got no hope, have I? I think the fact they call this the player's choice. They call this the player's choice. Players chose Astrophysicist, Tin Man, but this isn't that really, and that's the thing that creates me.
The player's choice Mega, they put everyone's favorite Professor Data into a 6-pack and then buff him. That's like the extra. And we're gonna twist the knife.
And also, he would be an astrophysicist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, this would be the perfect time to put him as the recurring. Like, give everyone that little sweet kind of like say, okay, sorry, we had artists. Here he is. Everyone gets him.
You know what though? Whatever. There is one silver lining to this. And this means that people like you and me, I'm pretty sure you voted this way, I mean, you Idle as well, get to sit in our chairs and go, well, I voted for the DS9 Tron Mega.
I did! Everyone wants a new Dax, come on!
Dude, they would have done the same thing, Okay.
What was last year's player choice?
I can't remember.
No, I can't.
There was a survivalist one, I think.
Really memorable.
Athlete, I think was the choice. Well, you know what, oh god,
it was harsh conditions and survivalist, right?
And then okay.
Because there was student Gertrude. Oh, that might have been a 6-pack theme. But there is one thing that strikes me as a bit odd, right? So every Mega we've had for the past, I feel like 9 months, there's been an expansion of a collection or a new collection debuting alongside it, all the way back to costume. But despite the fact that this might be a selling point, hey, collect all these astrophysicist crew.
Idle's gonna go pump out another Mega, so he'll be back in a minute.
Now you put some more effort into that. Like, you would think that you would advertise that, right? So does that mean we're not getting a Mega themed collection, or maybe they've given up on that?
Well, we'll talk about collections a little bit, because we get Botanist now, but that's like the one from May, so they'll be doing one next month. I think with the Innovator Mega and maybe one other, they expanded it when that time came. So maybe they're finally doing a big collection expansion as the month's thing. Or, maybe they do. So this was astrophysicist /
or
exobiology.
And they completely ignored exobiology pretty much.
It does make sense that we would get... Well, I think Spock would probably be exobiology.
And I think DeSoto is randomly.
It would make sense that we get an astrophysicist collection but you would think they would like include that with the announcement to get
You would
players
think.
excited.
That's
So
what I'm saying,
I don't
yeah.
know. We'll see. There's still time. I think we might get that as the next collection.
I mean, with how slapdash this announcement has been, I wouldn't be surprised to say, oh, and by the way, here are the collection plans for the next 3 months. We just forgot to put them out the door.
All right, who was it? Let me scroll up and find it. Namer says, this is the leave us alone or busy with something else, Mega. Yeah, I mean, we were told late May for the new boss battles, and it's late May, and we haven't heard a peep about that.
Yeah.
So, you know, this is keep heads above water while we work on a big thing, and, you know, if it comes out great, then maybe they can redeem themselves, but, all right, so we touched on two things. Which direction you want to go, DeSoto or collection? It's a choose your own adventure for the 2-year anniversary.
Seeing as our finely honed show notes have been crafted to the absolute, you know, the perfection. Maybe we should go Botanist Collection, but I'm happy to go whichever way. I'm loose. I'm easy. Come on.
I should have put DeSoto there.
Regrets.
No one wants
Regrets.
to talk about it. He's boring.
He's very boring. Let's talk about DeSoto. Let's bore our listeners even more. And let's go on to Captain.
You're going out of order, damn it. All
Captain,
right.
he's not
Captain
Jellicoe
Robert
DeSoto. Please.
Another crew who was recently buffed. They added resourceful trait because it's on everyone. And they made him a really good Voyager because he ferries people between star bases and never voyages anywhere.
Okay,
Captain of the USS Hood, DeSoto delivers a sensitive mission and specialist to the Galaxy Boys aboard the Enterprise. Okay, that's...
Can I give you the conversation that was happening in the WRG offices? They sat themselves down and they thought, oh shit, hang on, this is the first crew in the Mega and he's not very good Voyager. We need to buff him. Like, wait a minute. We always announce collections. He needs collections. Let's give him something. What's the easiest one we get? Resourceful. Fuck it. They give it to everyone. It's like, that's great. He's got value now. Everyone loves collections.
Exobiology is the one that's actually more confusing for me.
Yeah,
because we watched the opening of that episode, and he's in it for like 3 minutes, and he's a very congenial kind of guy. He's just like, you know, a bit of an old boy. Everyone seems to be on first name basis with him. He does not seem like a scientist to me.
I hope this is not their new trend, because to be fair, they really can't win. We've needled them before and say, why does this Mega only have one cultural figure in it out of 9? And so this
because they picked True badly.
Yes, I know they should pick him better. But this last Mega, we got a displaced Jillian Taylor who was not displaced, and they didn't add it to the one that was displaced. So it's like, I think they just are going to start throwing these traits on that match the Mega just so they get a bonus or whatever. But it's out of place. But he's still a good crew. Power covers, cures a lot of ills. He's a good Voyager, even with a kind of redundant skill set. He is Ardra, basically, in Arena.
He's boring as fuck. He's Command Dip. He's in that fucking echelon of top 10 Voyagers that are nothing but Command Dip Sec. This is another one in that list. Like, this is this conversation we've been happening before, and not the only one that's gone up there recently, or probably will in the future. But it's just a plethora of the same shit at the top. And poor people like Medic Jet Reno, who we had all our hopes and dreams pinned on. We're going, holy fuck, remember a year ago, we went, finally everyone's getting an EngMed crew for free, and they're fucking awesome. No. All the way down to the bottom of the Voyage ranks.
So 8 of the top 10 Voyagers right now are either Command Dip Sec or Command Dip Psi. So yeah, it's true.
You will get him, and they will replace him.
Okay, but look, we had a great Voyager in Data locked away, tucked away behind a 6-pack, and that's not fair for lots of reasons. No. But now you have DeSoto, who's also a good Voyager. He's a strong Voyager, and he's in an event that you can win him a copy of him without spending money. So come on, they have to do something.
Okay, let me counter this. Okay, Data being in the 6-pack, that is shit. That is not a great thing. But he will be in the portal. DeSoto will be in the portal. Let's talk about a year's time. They're going to release more Command Dip Side. They're going to release more Command Dip Sector. But DeSoto, like, look at Breen Kira. Breen Kira was the 6-pack that you yourself, you chucked a few dilithium at, and now she's knocked down. New players will get them and will absolutely use them forever. Free to play, this is brilliant. But for anyone else that is trying to sort of struggle to get
It's
that.
kind of ivory tower problems, really, isn't it?
Well, hold on. So what are you arguing for? Worse Voyagers and events?
No, I'm arguing for more varied skill sets in that top 10. I'm asking for more engineering med, a more command med, more eng psi, something a bit more than the command psi did. Because the more you put up there, the more they stack is just going to be. But like you can get 12-hour voyages with anyone in the top 200, but that's kind of not the point for a lot of people that look at these cards. They want to push for events for these cards. They want them to be powerhouses. And yes, this is a powerhouse, but like Namer does for the big book, he does the voyage drops over time. And this is one of those classic examples. I could see him at 50 in about 6 months' time.
Artificial scarcity. It's been that way since the beginning of the game. If you make the rare skill sets rare, then you can sell crew like Professor Data in your 6-packs. So, I mean, we just had Ogawa in an event in the last year, Dexa in an event in the last year, Ogawa again in the campaign. So they do throw a few bones, but it's rare for a reason because it increases the bottom line.
True, but does it feel like they're doing that to kind of go, right, we want people to spend now?
Well,
Look, the inside words that we usually don't say out loud on the show is it kind of doesn't matter. Because if you look at your top voyage estimate and your bottom voyage estimate, they're probably not more than a half an hour apart. If you're making automatic 10 hours with one skill set, the others are not that far behind. So it's...
And the main differentiator between a 10-hour voyage and a 12-hour voyage is not skills. It's not how big your bases are. It's not how good your collection bonuses are, although they help. It's actually just RNG. That's actually all it is.
In which case, why should you go for this crew? Why should you
have all the collections in the entire game maxed out, and you would still not hit a 12-hour voyage were it not for RNG? You cannot guarantee it.
Absolutely. So why should you go for this crew? Why should you go for this crew over someone like Breen, Kira, or any of the other hundreds of
because he's in an event. That's why.
That's it. But you could retrieve someone equally as good, or if not better, right now.
Well, sure, but retrieval has its own costs associated with it. So, like, if you could pay chronotons or faction boosts to speed up your crew retrieval, would you do it?
Yes.
It's like a similar thing here. Yeah, I mean, I would do that. So
it's not a bad idea. The flip side of this is that between DeSoto...
You thought DeSoto would be a boring conversation, but look at us now.
Because we get to complain. We love that.
2 years on, we're actually having our first proper argument. It's because you two are ganging up on me. I don't like this. I don't like you guys.
Alright. So between Data, DeSoto, Elnor, and I think one other person.
Fucking El. No, his name is fucking Elnor. It's not El.
And a potential fourth person, which I shall not name. We are looking at 4 new top 10 voyages in a month.
Which is fine. I don't mind power creep. I don't mind power creep as long as it's
so
balanced. Quick. I mean, as soon as Archer and Porthos came out and took out Fencing Picard as the #1 Voyager, we knew what they were going to do.
Yeah,
that was the kind of. They're starting to look at those top metrics and kind of go, okay, we're going to push it. This is what gets us the money. Like I can see why they're doing it. I don't mind there's power creep because, like you say, where do those top voyages? What does that get you? Like it gets you a 12-hour voyage, maybe, but it guarantees you a 10. So there's not a lot of difference in that top ranks, other than possible event viability, which this new Spock might get you. Anyway,
what? Sorry, what?
Nothing. Carry on.
No, it's fine. It ebbs and flows. If Genesis is Timelines talks a story, and I consider myself the Timelines of a story, it ebbs and flows. It really does. Around the time of Braxton, I think they had the same with what was her name? Data's mom, who's got it going on.
Oh, Juliana Taylor.
Yeah, and Boothby and Braxton, and I think Hawk was in the top 5. So they do big spurts, and then they have long stretches where everyone sucks, and then that's just the way they do it.
Oh god, are we gonna get like Captain Saru's and Captain Burnham's for the next 3 months? Oh god.
Possibly. But that's fine. It comes and goes. We were asking just a few months ago, hey, Braxton's been up there for 3 years. Can we get someone new? And so they've done several, and they've done them in packs and campaigns and events and everything. So It's fine.
Yeah, maybe it is Ivory Tower.
We're going to get back to regular scheduled garbage soon enough.
The winter of our discontent.
I don't know. I was really excited when Tiana came along, like an actual fan favorite crew with interesting art and an interesting skill set. I was happier to compete for her than I will be to compete for DeSoto. Maybe that says something about me as a stupid monkey see action player, where I'm like, I see shiny new interesting thing, and I'm like, no, but it's worse than other thing. No, I want that thing. It's like
I just look at DeSoto and I think this is going to be, with the rate they're power creeping and the rate that Command Dip crew just do what they do, he's going to be fairly meh. He'll go from, where is he, tier 2 now to about tier 5.
I will say, Namer, if you're listening, shout out to you, buddy, because I know this keeps you up at nights. What they could do more than just print top rare skill set Voyagers is balance the collection boost, because Command Dip Command Dip
Totally didn't try and open some stuff there. Never mind. Carry on.
Command of Sec is much higher boosted than the other three skills. So you're going to see a lot more Command of Sec at the top. It makes the new rares skill sets look less impressive and has a trickle-down effect. So
collections, you say?
Is it that time already? Well, how about the fact that we have a new collection just launched, the Botanist Collection, for all you gardeners out there, for those new horticultural fiends that like to dip your fingers into a bit of compost once in a while. There is a collection for you. And yes, it is 17 crew that are in there, but a 10 maximum. It's a fairly small collection. Kind of reminds me of the Criminal Collection. Do you remember that? For those that you elderly players that kind of just went, oh yeah, that happened. This is kind of along the same lines, but yeah, guys in chat, how are you getting on with the Botanist Collection? Where are you at with that one as it launched? Guys, how do you feel about it? Well, especially, let's not just talk about the collection, who's in it, because I think everyone that's in it kind of makes a bit of sense. This is more quite a sensible collection, but more that gives, what about the boosts it gives it and how much the boosts, like Otto was saying, the overall balance of the boosts in the game?
Well, I'm pretty sure they must have copied and pasted the thresholds from another collection, because I'm pretty sure I've seen this layout of 2 premium pulls and like a basic shuttle pack before, so kind of not a massive fan of that, but that's kind of by the by, because those go by relatively quickly. Like you say, everyone who's in the collection does make sense. It does make me kind of miss when they would say, hey, you want to get Iromonic Syndrome Picard in a campaign? He's like, Gardner, you know.
Yeah.
Remember
everyone
that?
was just like, ooh.
Oh, Gardner Collection? Nope.
I think we said Gardner event. This is before Collection Apocalypse. That was like, oh gosh, we get a Gardner Mega. Yes.
I don't know. I personally, I booted up the game, had 9 out of 10 finished out pretty much immediately. That being said, there were a few crew in there that I had previously targeted because they were otherwise useful. I think Fury, Cass, and Boothby were the ones that I had
good
finished.
crew.
But a lot of people might not well have finished.
All right, before we get to the specific crew, which we will, a couple things. First of all, a little guessing game for everyone out there. No cheating, don't look it up. How many collections in the game do you think there are right now?
Oh my gosh, I should know
this. There are, in fact, 46 collections in the game.
What?
That's a lot of collections.
Holy shit.
And I'll venture a guess that most people don't have all of them done. So Ben came on recently, said, we want to focus on smaller collections. We think the large ones are too rewarding. I think he used the word rewarding.
You're having too much fun.
Yeah. Yes, you're buying our crew, and we don't like that. So he said they're going to focus on smaller collections. So, I am a filthy whale, sort of, but this is the first collection out of 46 where I logged in one day and it completed as soon as it spawned. And I thought, this is kind of a crappy feeling. And Ben's also said that this is sort of, and I think it's a great idea, pseudo content that takes sort of a low amount of dev time, and they can keep these out. They've done a wonderful job of keeping these out on a regular pace, month to month. Gives players a drip of pseudo content. They can look at that. They can get cited. And more importantly, they can plan. It affects their plans. It affects their citation plans. It affects what packs they're looking to buy. But there's a bit of a disconnect here because, who needs the pseudo content the most? It's the end game players, right? It's the people watching the show mostly who are plugged in, who have been playing for a long time or spend a lot of money. They're looking for new things to do. The new players, who have 45 other collections to complete, they're not hurting for new collection content week to week or month to month. So having this instant complete for players because you only need 10 of them instead of resourceful, who a lot of us are still chewing that in the side of our cheek trying to get to 180 or however many crew you need. I get the idea that it's rewarding, but the people who need that pseudo content the most are the ones who are looking to affect their citation choices, their retrieval choices, and have great big juicy collections to chew on. Not so much for the rewards, but to give them something to do, something to look forward to. So I think that they're kind of at odds there, and I think they should maybe reconsider. If they're doing a bunch of 10 threshold, 25 threshold, that's not going to keep your veteran players as engaged as you would like.
Well, especially because they've all been kind of following the same format of, a few tiny little rewards of a premium pack, some dilithium, some merits, some chronotons, some credits, and then, we get your little boost to your proficiency or core. We don't get the interesting collections too often. We don't get our holodeck enthusiasts.
Bada bing, bada bing.
We don't get play ball. We don't get
the pointing collection. Yes.
And I don't know, especially with holodeck enthusiasts, back when Lucille Davenport first dropped and she was quite good. That did genuinely affect how I was looking at my long-term retrieval thing to me thinking, I need to start picking up some of these crew I otherwise would not have looked twice at. And I get that it requires a bit more thought, which is an antithetical thing to how they're working the game at the moment.
Drink.
But true.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah, no, you gotta get him on the 2. But it just feels so much more.
He's like, that's number 7. What are you talking about?
Come on.
There you go. But we appreciate the thematic links. We appreciate feeling like you haven't just thrown these crew together in a blender and made a kind of subpar smoothie. We appreciate it when
a kale smoothie.
Oh.
That's what the Botanist Collection is, a kale smoothie.
It's good for you, we promise. Damages your body on contact. But it's if I was talking about an All Good Things collection, I would be excited by that, and that would give me a reason to go after crew I have no right to
collections are good. I think Bada Bing showed that people like the episode, not just for Scapegoat O'Brien, but it's just kind of I like that episode. I want to collect people from it. Holodeck enthusiasts a little bit the same reason.
Tightness of Mega, we appreciate a tight, concise collection as well.
Killing Game Mega, they've got all the crew to do that. Collection, they've got all the crew to do that and improve it some more as well.
Okay, so if we can talk about the crew for a minute, I think someone on the forum said this adds a new collection to 7 crew who didn't have one before. I didn't double check that, but shout out to my boy Lon Suter, who's been locked in the Briggs for the last 25 years. He gets his first collection, and he's an awful crew otherwise. Botanist Sulu, who just came out, he got his first one. The Dowd, Kevin Uxbridge, Mr. Big Bass got his first one. Bridal Keiko, who's kind of a dud. So it's nice to see. I came in
Mr.
Picard.
Worldwide, is it?
So this was in terms of targeting crew who are kind of maybe low on value. They actually did do a good job with that. Sure. I just wish it was a little bit larger, but
we're still waiting for that romantic collection. We're still waiting for duelist,
hologram,
human, yeah. Organic.
Yeah,
TOS.
Two quick shout outs.
Then they'd have to audit the invisible trades.
Yeah. 2 quick shout outs. #BlameIdol. 7 did a shout out and you missed it. That was 3 weeks ago. Come on. And one from Nifty just says 7. There you go. My shout outs have been redeemed. Guys, let's do a beholder meter. We haven't done one of these. We haven't done one of these. A classic. And do you know what? As it is a classic, I have actually updated it. It is now portal compliant. Well, not portal compliant, but all crew that are not in the portal as well. So this could get a bit juicy. Or it could be really boring like sometimes it is. So, I need the sound from one of you guys. Come on, the 2 of you here. I want harmonizing tricorders. Someone's got to give me a noise. I don't press the button until I get the noise.
Look at me, man.
Oh, fine.
Yes, we won the battle of Italy.
Okay. Okay, now this is actually interesting. 0 stars on the Angel Gabriella Burnham. 1 star on Botanist Christ, what's his name?
Boothby Replicant.
Boothby Replicant, and 0 stars on Ari Bin Bem. How is it that I remember Ari Bin Bem over Boothby?
I should actually have to correct you, Isla. You've been saying this wrong for months now. It's not Gabriella Burnham, it's Gabrielle Burnham.
Whatever. I just think of Gabri.
Alicia Travers.
Yeah, well, come on. If I can't get at least
Now,
one
you know
crew a
what?
week.
I said I was only going to drink for WLG fuck-ups. This is for you.
Oh, you're fucked. That's it. You're out of it. All right, go on.
Dude, this is actually
This is quite a tough one.
Behold. Yeah, if you love Gauntlet, Boothby is pretty good. He's okay there, but you only have the star.
Bem's good.
Has picked up at least one 45% set. Dude, I can't wait to talk about Gauntlet sets too. That's good. So he's good in Gauntlet, and then Burnham is a good Voyager, has some collection value, and so
three good choices, isn't she?
All right, chat, you're gonna have to decide on this one.
It's tough.
Gabriella, Bem, Gabby, Bem, Boothby, Fake Fan, Gabby, and Bem.
I think it'd be Bem for me. I take Bem in for Gauntlets where Phlox doesn't get when he gets the bonus over Phlox. It's usually Bem or Phlox. It used to be Phlox or Twilight to Pol, but I think Bem's overtaken to Pol lately.
Her traits just don't pop up too often. I'm gonna go Angel Burnham here, just because I like the art, and EV Suit is really hard, and there's a lot back.
That's true. Yeah, that's a tough collection.
The owner and operator of BigBook.app is hardly endorsing Gabriella Burnham. Dude, her art actually is top notch. I really love it. There's not some, goofy particle effects that we kind of all like, but other than that, it's pretty great. So,
I mean, everyone's saying Bermom. I would go Bem, but I can see why people go Gabriella on this
this
one.
is a great. You can't lose in this one.
No, you could close your eyes and pick one. You'd be like, oh no, I got a second star on one of the best Voyagers in the game in Boothby.
Yeah.
How often?
See, this is it. This is the point I was making earlier. Boothby, still a great Voyager. He's so old, but because of his skill set, still good. All right,
and he's also cultural figure, communicator, and now he's picked up Botanist.
Yeah. He's got Botanist, all that. Right, okay.
Dude, my beholds are they good?
See, elderly players don't get this kind of choice anymore. Right.
I get the Rozhenkos and Captain Scott. And then...
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, he's a jury rigger. Oh, wait. Hopefully that'll expand in the future. Right, guys, one of you two's got to give the noise. I've done my part now.
I did it last time.
Is that
Geo?
That's,
Is that Bio?
I think that's Dio, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 star on Krell. 1 star on Krellmo set. 0 stars on Dereth. 0 stars on Compromised Arium.
Well, it's not quite as tasty, this one.
Some good choices. Dereth
I like
is
Krell.
med
I have a
something.
soft spot for Krell.
It's a good episode.
Krell is kind of on my short list personally for crew I'd want to see have like a power refresh because he's got some fun, some very potent traits for collections and events. He's got some gauntlet power. Dareth. So chat's saying Dareth. Here's my problem. You are not using Dareth before at least 4 stars, probably 5.
And especially with collection boosts being the way they are, he's probably not that good at Voyages anymore.
He doesn't get events. What does he have? 2 collections? I think it's
Physician and Survivalist, yeah.
All right, let me see what he's at right
Could get Thief. Thief is fun.
So Arium is...
He's unboosted the 192nd Voyager. So by the time you add 4 more stars, he's going to be unboosted number 292nd Voyager.
So Arium is Augment and EV Suit. So you've got a couple of collections there. If you want to make headway, you've got some sites lying around. You've got a couple of collections there. So you've kind of got a little bit of everything here.
Dead character, I'm not interested.
If this was which crew I would get at 5/5, I would pick Dareth. Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. I would pick Dareth because I love the Vidians. I love their character concept.
Yes.
I like pretty much all of their episodes are good. I would go for affection pick.
Can we talk about how thick Dareth laid on his Phantom of the Opera voice when he beamed on the ship and he's like, "My knowledge of surgery is so far superior to yours." It was like,
what was the
name?
All right, okay.
Played by Michael Ball.
Okay.
Neil's playing in his iron lung, and he gets harassed by the doctor all day.
Okay, quick trivia for you guys. What was the name of the crew member that Dareth stole his face from?
No, you're thinking of the wrong one. You're thinking of Salon.
Ah,
Fake
it's the wrong episode.
Oh my
Shit.
God.
I've got 8 facts.
This
Well,
gets us out of
sorry.
practice.
Yeah, now I'm trying to. Durst? Fred Durst?
Fred Durst, yeah, it was Durst, yeah.
Yeah, Durst.
There you go.
Sorry,
You still win.
I'm just gonna go out there and say it. All Vidians look alike.
Wow.
I'll say that on television, man. You know
All right.
what?
Also,
I would really love it if we could get a powerhouse phage Denara Pell. I would like that. If we don't have her.
Phage Pell.
Sorry, I've got a bit of the phagey pell going on.
Droopy face Denara, that's what they can call
Okay, well, you know, I'll accept as a substitute Schmullis and Denara macking it in the back of the 57 Cadillac. Or
Oh, dude, now
That'd
there
be
you
cute.
go.
That'd be cute.
I forgot about the car in that episode.
Yeah, because they're in the drive-in. It's really romantic.
That is such a Doc move, dude.
Yeah. Oh, because it's Paris who puts him up to it.
That's great.
I'm a fan of 20th
Alright,
century
more
novels.
interesting.
All right, Auto, you got to give me the noise.
One more. What kind of time budget
Actually, have
are
you
we
done
at?
yours? Give us one.
Oh, yeah.
I did the first one.
No, you didn't.
No, I did.
No, I did the first. I went.
No, we stared you down. You
It was
like
me,
the
then
thing.
Stars, then it was Auto. Come on.
I already did the... All right. For the viewers.
Such a Geo. Okay, 1 star on Captain Robert DeSoto, 2 stars on Adam,
I'm glad you updated this, by the way.
0 stars on Niners Esri. That's Adam.
That's wow. That's in conclusion, Libya is a country of contrast. Thank you. Fuck me.
Hold on. Is this like real life where we can win more copies of DeSoto this weekend?
I'm going to say this is next week. You got your 1 star from the event, and now you're faced with this behold 9 months later.
I only got 1 star? That doesn't sound like me.
Yeah, you're real slag. You could be asked. You did the bare minimum.
So, you know,
I was having too much fun this week.
Esri is the long-term play. I think there's an argument to be made for DeSoto. You know, maybe you pull some recaps in a couple... Dude, he's the number 3 on
No,
Boosted
I'm waiting for the
Voyager.
turn.
He's the number 3 on Boosted Voyager.
In 9
You already
months'
have a star,
time...
so you're saving the spot.
Yeah.
When
Yes,
we've
I
got Picard in the courtroom and Q, and he is now like the number 1 Command Dip Psi fusion crew, and there are a ton of other Command Dip Psis. Is DeSoto still worth it in 9 months' time?
Well, he's still going to be like Voyager 15.
Probably more like 6, but...
I was waiting for you to try and sell someone on Adam.
No, I mean, if you love nipples... It's either Vulcan Executioner or it's Adam.
Stars, please, as nipples
Dude,
expert.
If they add a nipples collection, first of all, that's got to be a vanity, right? The exhibitionist collection.
How can you do this to me, man?
Look, it's either this or complain about WRG. You know, we have 2 modes on this
We are
show.
still doing that. Lest the
Flagrantly
beholder meter confuse you, we are
inappropriate.
still complaining about technology. Spanners! Come on!
Banners is a big nipple collection fan. Welcome to the stream, my friend.
Oh, thank you for
All right, we can
subscribing.
drink for my mistake.
We do, yes.
I'm going to go for Esri.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's Esri, without a shout. You could take Esri, cite her, and not regret it.
She should be, I mean, Trill athlete, a little bit of med. She should be retrievable, 100% retrievable for a
very
long
easily.
time, I think.
Well, I just love the moment with the fancy Dan. It's looking great. I think it's great.
I kind of wish they would have swapped card relevance with Esri and Rom. Because he is a collection hoss, and that's great to see, but he's the hero of the day.
He is the linchpin.
I would like to use him a little more than I do.
Can we get Scotch gum chewing O'Brien? I want that.
Yeah.
I want that bad.
Coach O'Brien.
I think last time I watched that episode, I realized how much of a dick Cisco is.
Oh, he's like full. He's in Archer mode. Give one stick it to the
Yes,
Vulcan
now you say
asshole. He really is. Oh man.
Okay,
we're not going to read that out loud, Namer, but yes.
Oh no, I am. Nipple stat boosting collection with a 3-breasted feline does from Nimbus as the gold reward for completing the collection. Absolutely.
Hold on. Who's the It's All Over Me?
Oh, Sonia Gomez.
Sonia
come
Gomez.
on. Yeah, who is
For her
who's
role in Total Recall, she can be posthumously added to the...
She's not dead!
She's in Lower Decks literally last season.
Well, whatever, you know what I mean.
She's the captain of an Abina class starship.
I wasn't looking.
Okay, that's enough beholding you.
Yes, Hanson, it's all over.
All right. Good timing to talk about. Well, you guys have some thoughts about Tribbled, Koloth, and Korax, please.
Baby, let's talk about you and me. All right, what's on the show now?
Tribbled, Koloth, and Korax. If you didn't know his name, Tier 1 crew. The new Gauntlet hotspot who can't get enough 65% gauntlets over the last 5 days, 4 days? How long has he been out?
Look, I realize that people are like, the big book is subjective, blah, blah, blah. But let's just note that in the last 2 weeks, we have 3 new Tier 1 crew, Professor Data, Tribbled, Koloth, and Korax, and Shroomies, all 3 of which we're going to be talking about today. So. They did crank up the power knob. They cranked their power knob recently.
Covered everything in knobloch sauce.
Yeah. Knobloch sauce. Yeah, garlic sauce. Okay. Now I gotta find him. Where is he?
There you go.
Yeah. Can I just talk about
Not even the genetically engineered tribble hunting glommer can manage to dig Koloth and Korax out of this particular pile of troubles. Sorry.
Can I just appreciate how they used the real art? They didn't use the TAS art. They actually got the Koloth's actor, who also plays Trelane, into the... Apologies, I forget his name.
Campbell.
Thank you.
William Campbell.
But the art is tiny. You put him on your bridge crew, it's small. It's very... You can see how small it is on the screen there now.
I'm sorry, do you have him to put on your bridge crew? Because that's like first world.
No, I really don't. And I haven't been trying. But he has been getting an inordinate amount of 65% gauntlets lately, which I believe you have something to say about the matter.
Okay, can I get out in front of this?
Shout out to Chad, who's really grabbed hold of the nipple collection and is having fun of that. Chad, good for you.
They've really gotten hold of the nipple collection.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit lame to put in such a disruptive influence on Gauntlet right in the midst of everyone trying to get 45 wins in already shitty Gauntlet straight there.
That's the nicest possible way you could have said that.
I didn't even think of that.
It's not kind.
Yeah, when you're running concurrent, and we'll get onto this as well, when you're running concurrent, you have to do 45 Gauntlet rounds to get a purple sight. And then going, haha, here's a new crew. You need him, otherwise you're going to be fucked.
Have you run into walls of him? Because I have.
Not, well, maybe.
I was showing Auto some of my results, and it's like I was getting walls upon walls upon walls, and it's not fun.
Just so we're all on the same page, we are on day 8 consecutive days of 65%, crit gauntlets for the current gauntlet reward. 8 days in a row.
Can I get a shout out from my guy, a low cost monkey, because I believe he just tapped out of one of the objective events because it was just being so shitty in Gauntlet because of stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
All right, hold on. Let's talk about a few other edge case things, and then we'll zero in on the issue here. His ship ability is pretty darn interesting. 425% damage triggerless. He goes up to 10 attack boost, which is really excellent for crew. I'm thinking, the fact that this is free might help out some players who don't want to spend on retrieval. This may help in boss battles, although he has a pretty heavy -4 evasion penalty. I think it's interesting nevertheless. Activates in 6 seconds. It's situationally very powerful.
Do you know what always makes me laugh? Is when you get the first, like this happened with Red Angel, with Balok, and now with Koloth and Korax. Day one, there is always the motherfuckers that spend so much dilithium to get the rank 1.
Oh, you mean those guys who end up at the top of the leaderboard with like 10,000 points and everyone else who is normal is like 2,500? Yeah.
It's so ridiculous. And it's like, you got nothing, didn't you? You got trainers. You got trainers and databases.
Do you remember when Ben said they were going to look at the gauntlet table? Remember when he said that? I don't.
I got.
I'd like to get around to it, which is the class.
I like a lot of things.
I would just like to say, all they've done is make Gauntlet worse since early 2019 when they changed some of the sets and made it so that old exclusives could drop. It's actually gotten consistently worse, in my humble opinion.
Let's.
No, sorry.
Before we start talking about more of the crew, right? Sorry, I love you, Waddle, but I got to get this out. They have released a few Gauntlet-capable crew in the last 9 months. Say Lara, and EV Supercard are the ones that come to mind immediately, and I think maybe one or two others. Oh, Demos as well. Demos, right?
Yeah.
No, he's basic.
Second
Chance Laris.
Yeah, Second Chance Laris. I'm pretty sure Demos is in there. It's
Union Q.
It's one of the TAS crew.
Yes, Union Q. Yes.
Yeah, there you go. He's all right.
Yeah, rated 524th. Yeah, he's not bad.
Yeah. Well, maybe it was no, it was a Ryan Captain.
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry, I get my TAS crew confused. And with adding all of these crew, and it's like you want to sell these crew, right? Especially because some of them are in 6-packs, some of them are in events. You would think they would add maybe.
No, I'm listening.
They would add maybe one set, maybe two, maybe a 45%. Let's not be greedy. Let's not go for 65% because that's beautiful lies. But no, they get nothing. They get if you can piggyback off of an existing set, then so much the better. Meanwhile, if you want to go for a Gauntlet exclusive, if you're prepared to throw dilithium,
there you go. They added Lieutenant Mitchell too. So. Big Mitch. Mitchell, watch.
Okay. Here's a groundbreaking idea.
It's meant to be like that. We trained him wrong as a mistake.
I interrupted your ramble there. So.
What if we just say, fuck all the hard work Name has done on making this massive, amazing Gauntlet page for bigbook.app, bigbook.app, the site name is. What if, say, fuck him, and they just randomized every trait and the crew? What if they did that and actually made it a fair... Every morning you wake up and you kind of look and go, oh, today it's cyberneticist. Yeah. Wouldn't that be fun? But no, they still insist.
Therefore they can't allow it.
We now have over 70 different sets in Gauntlet that are predetermined, that have a predetermined best crew. 90%, that part is made up, but most of them are established. Established Gauntlet crew that you will have to win.
Exclusives.
If you are a new player now, trying to play Gauntlet, it's more impossible than 2 years ago when we first started the show, when we were still waiting for Armus to be replaced by the Red Angel. It's...
Remember when Armus dropped and we were like, you know what, this guy's gonna be quite strong in his niche, but otherwise he's unremarkable. You don't need him straight out of the gate. You can survive with him. Oh wait, look, there's awaiting number 1 who can sub in at some of his power. Remember when they used to make measured, careful decisions about Gauntlet like that? Not anymore.
No, you've got to have the Gauntlet crew to do it.
Maybe I'm old, but I actually love the way they did Gary 7. He came out in a 6-pack, which instantly means no walls. I think he only had a single 45%, but he had very strong rolls. So if you had him, you were winning battles. You were smacking fools around with your investment, but you weren't edging anyone else out of Gauntlet. People weren't saying, "Oh, I can't bring any Psi Command or Sec Psi options anymore because he's everywhere." That just didn't happen. So the exclusives are always going to be wallier because they get into players' hands much easier, and they're apparently cognizant of it and are going to lean into it anyway. Screw the balance. We're going full milk mode. 8 days in a row of 65% gauntlets. They added 4 new 65% gauntlets just for him when he already had more than enough crit.
And they did the same for Balok as well, didn't they? That was exactly the same thing.
Well, this is worse.
Also, this is the first Sec Primary exclusive crew who's Gauntlet capable. Honor Hall and Gauntlet exclusive, which means that edges out even more options. So your
Awaiting Burnhams,
Gangster Spock, you're going to have to wait now till they get crit, or you're going to be facing walls of this guy. And, it's not that bad yet, guys. He's only out 8 days. Come back to me again in 8 months, and it will be, unplayable for some of these edge case security crew. So,
and just to, like, this isn't me picking on you, Spanners. This is just I want to pick on your point. It is healthy to struggle in an aspect of the game. That is true. You don't want, otherwise there is no fun in the game. If there is no struggle, if there is no adversity, there is no fun in the game, because it's a case of finding a strategy around it. What is the strategy?
Yeah, it's luck. No, it's pure luck. To talk
8 wars in a row.
So if I compare it to something like Star Trek Online, so I've been doing that a lot lately, and I've sort of been working out how to be. I'm not
Star Trek game.
Hey, the other premium exclusive Star Trek game that we may talk about sometime in the future. No, but I mean, if we look at you look at that and you think, right, how can I get better at that? There is the pay to win option, which is mostly PvP. You can ignore that, but if you want to sort of have your fun, get your starships and things like that, you can go, right, I need to get this specific thing from here. Do that. There is a way you can go and survive and do battles. You can equip your ships in a certain way and equip yourself to kind of. There is something you can do to not feel helpless. With Gauntlet in this game, you've got kind of like when you first start the game with a new, like, all the Nightmare players will know this, and anyone that's starting the game for the first time, that if you don't get an Armus or any of the featured crew or a caretaker, like I would say caretaker and Red Angel and Locutus are probably 3 of the most important ones to get in that first drop with your probably just 3 streaks or 6 streaks if you're lucky, and if you're ranking in the 50s or 60s or maybe even in the hundreds, you've got to languish there until you get real lucky to just kind of compete, and otherwise you're just fighting against the tide.
The learning curve is actually much easier than it has been at certain points because of crew retrieval. If you don't have caretaker, you can go retrieve Dexa, and by the way, she's great on voyages too. If you don't have Kalis, you can go grab Damar. Is he great for endgame players? No, but he gets crit enough. He has decent enough rolls. That will get you 3 streaks. It'll get you 6 streaks, and then you can start picking up the exclusives. The issue is you can't fight the RNG at endgame. I think I'm correct on this. Our buddy Low Cost Monkey couldn't pass one of these objective events previously because he just missed out on a few gauntlet rolls or a few gauntlet wins. And this guy he came this close to winning an event before, number 2 in an event. He shares his compliments all the time. He's a great player, and Idle, you got bit by the arena bug before, and you're a great player. So it's like the RNG component of the game, sometimes you just can't, without the house is going to win at the end of the day. So them adding 4 more sets, them adding, can someone explain to me how 2 guys trapped in a pile of tribbles are tacticians? Because it seems to me like maybe
they got outsmarted by Kirk that entire episode. Like, this was not or not even Kirk. It was what was his name? Cyrus. No, not Cyrus.
Cyrano Jones.
Cyrano, that's the one. Yes.
So they did go out. If you take that trade away, how many crit sets does he lose? Well, maybe enough to make it a little more playable for everyone out there. They know what they're doing. If they want to balance a crew a certain way, they can. They just usually don't put that much care into crew that aren't exclusive.
Well, and I also want to bring up, do you remember when they had a really nice Mercy option? One of the rare ones they have in this game, where, you go through Gauntlet, maybe pick up a Guinan, maybe pick up an Armus. But there's this one guy who keeps on fucking up your day with regular 45 or 65% Gauntlets. His name's Locutus Borg. You might have heard of him.
By the way, Locutus got more 45% sets when they added these, so even more exclusive walls.
But when you hit 20,000 Gauntlet rounds, regardless of how well you'd performed, regardless of how many times you lost, regardless of who you were playing against or what you ranked, you got 1 copy, and that was all you needed. Why are we not getting scalable achievement things so you can at least get 1 copy? Yeah. It's because they want you to spend dilithium for refreshes. It's because they want you to do what I've done and spend nearly 3,500 merits just on the hope that I will refresh into not a command sec wall of Korath and Koraxes so I can get 45 fucking wins in 2 days.
It's the RNG that just takes it out. That is all it is.
Add it to Honor Hall. Add a Behold trinket or something that drops instead of the exclusive so that you can have a little bit of agency over this massive RNG fest. Like, even if you get every crew in the game, you're still going to get fucked by these 65% gauntlets because everyone's going to have them in 8-10 months, and you're going to have to spam Maris to refresh. So
you know what? Run the credit Darbo sale again, and if you spend 100,000 credits, you get a gauntlet crew. People, and announce that well ahead of time. People would save up, rank an arena, and do that for that. Like
100,000, that's a little bit cheap. Maybe that's the WRG guy in me.
I mean, see now you're thinking. Now you're thinking like a mobile developer.
A couple more aspects. He's in right now 5 collections. He might hit 2 or 3 more. Pardon me. One of them is Gauntlet. So you immortalize him, bam, you get a stat boost. That's very valuable. Tribble, you need 25 out of 20. Well, yeah, sorry, I'll get back to that. Tribble, you need 25 out of 26, and then he's got 3 other collections. So great value there. Yeah, they have not. Have we heard from WRG? They haven't expanded the Gauntlet collection. I would assume they're going to. Yeah. They're really missing a few things here and there lately. I think they're distracted by this boss battle, so they should swing around and expand that. I have no reason to think they wouldn't. Let me ask you guys about this art. Besides it being tiny, what do you think about it?
Love it.
I think it's fun.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's fine. I say I like they updated it to use original, like it is TAS. You know, this should be in the animated series collection. Is it in the animated series collection?
Yeah,
it is. Okay, good. I haven't checked. Yeah, I like they use the real faces. It's them being annoyed in a pile of pink tribbles. Who could be unhappy with that?
It's in the spirit of the episodes. I don't mind the art. I think it works.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah.
Like the art is the thing I enjoy the most about this card. Right now, it's fucking making my life suck.
Yeah, it's definitely going to get worse, and then it's not going to get better unless WRG makes a change. But
I mean, there are people I've known that have played for years and years and years and still don't have a Red Angel or still don't have a Balok. You know, there are some people out there that still don't have a Locutus, and that is the whims of RNG. You can play the entire game and get shit all but trainers.
You know what else kind of strikes me? Is they occasionally add sets, but they never take them away.
But
there are trait sets in there that are completely useless. Like
they have the
assist hunter. It's like no one hits those traits really, and it's like some people enjoy them because they're all leveled out. But especially nowadays, you just get like, oh well, I'm going to pick Locutus. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, can you take a few out? Can you take?
Here's the thing.
If you want to sell Tribbled, Korath, and Korax, put in these sets and then take them away, please.
Here's the thing.
How about we run it for 3 weeks in a row, the exact same skill set? How about that instead? The trait set. I think that would be more fair.
So here's the thing. They have 70 or plus sets, but they haven't actually stated how these sets are chosen every other day or day to day, depending if you're on the A track or the B track. Like, wouldn't it be nice if, like we had the mega schedule, if we had a trait schedule? How are you going to run these sets? What set is coming up in 2 days' time?
Get the event schedule right. Forget a gauntlet trade schedule.
Which is why I wonder how it is chosen. Is it a manual thing? Is it
things in the studio?
Is it someone's spreadsheet somewhere that kind of go, oh shit, yeah, right, let's run the 4 for Tribbled, Koloth, and Korax now, and then we'll just go back to this one and that one. How are they choosing these sets? There's the one thing that isn't random, but is at the mercy for everyone else to be randomized.
It was the best of trade sets. It was the worst of trade sets. You stupid monkey.
You're expecting too much of them because not only do they not have a benevolent plan right now, it's actively malicious. 8 days in a row. Sorry.
Yeah.
8 days in a row at 65%. The only out I can give them is maybe they figure, well, the walls aren't so bad right now, so we'll juice it up a little bit to get people to deal spend, and then maybe we'll back it off. Regardless, he still has 5 65% sets, 5 45% sets. It's going to be a problem until they decide to change this, maybe in 2028 if the game's still going. So this just feels really malicious, really cash grabbing to me, and I don't like it.
Okay. Almost like what do you feel is worse, this or juicing up data just in time to put them in a 6-pack? What do you feel like is more?
This, because it's ongoing and it's PvP. Data's biggest strength is voyages. If I get a great voyager, does that screw over your day? No. Does it make you want to throw your phone against the wall? No, Gauntlet does. So
yeah, you're right.
Okay, that's enough. Let's switch to some new negativity about something else.
Okay, how do you guys feel about the fact they've switched up the objective events because the old objective events were now broken? They couldn't fix it, so now we're just doing Unleashed all the time. So you guys, fill your boots. All the super rare sites you can eat.
So,
hold on. So, from the horse's mouth, Shan said the Unleashed objective midweek event is indeed going to be the one scheduled every week for the foreseeable future.
Which could well go into 2023 at the rate that they fix things.
Big picture, my two thoughts are either this game is going under real soon, or B, they are so all hands on deck for this boss battle thing, which is already maybe a little late, that they're just shoving everything to maintenance mode as minimally as they can.
Oh, we
have a special guest. Joining us live. Oh, hang on, I've got the wrong window open. There we go. Joining us live from the closet, it is.
Yeah.
Hey, how come you're not in the car today, buddy?
It's too sweaty. Actually, the car's not even here, but that's a whole nother story.
Big's like complaining. I got to get in on this.
You're damn right I do.
So welcome to the 2-year anniversary stream where we're just bitching about all the things we've been doing for the last 2 years, Big.
Well, that's another thing too. It's like, well, I mean, I actually tried to, because every time I am on this show during the week, I have to take time off work to do it. But I couldn't do it today, so I just came screaming in as soon as I could to get off work, and here I am.
Just pushing children out of the way. No, something more important.
I mean, this is more important.
Oh, Daddy, so I got other stuff to do.
I gotta talk about shit.
Hey, hold on. How many third graders could you beat up, Big?
Like at the same time or in a row?
Yeah, if they rushed you like a pile of tribbles, how many third graders could you beat up?
If it was like a World War Z scenario,
no. Okay, no, I've got a better. Could you beat 100 third graders or one giant third grader?
one third grader the size of Godzilla, or 100 normal third graders.
Okay, so it's situational, right? If it's just for its own sake, then I probably wouldn't even be engaging in it. But if it's like for the last slice of pizza out of a box, then I'm going to the mat. It's and there will be no survivor. Yeah,
there will be no survivor.
And no vaccine.
The Dread Pirate Roberts.
And no Lieutenant Jar.
I would like to say that we've started purposely watching the worst of Star Trek today. We'll probably do it a few more days. It's like the most enjoyable thing we've done on this trip so far.
You know what I love about Big the most is that he's such a basic male image.
You felt good when he complimented you, Stars.
What? Well, yes, but Troy, you tricked me.
You know, I actually didn't catch on to that right away, and that's disappointing.
I missed my part.
Dude, we've been doing the basic male image joke, driving it into the ground today.
It's still funny.
Oh.
Luton. By the way, what are the odds we get anyone from... Well, we have Dualisar. What are the odds we get Luton from Code of Honor in-game? 1%, or is that too generous?
We would get the other half of the Duelist duel before we got Lutan.
Oh, so I just noticed this. Do you notice that, yeah, and and Yarina, did the art writer just
Lord.
kind of just go Yarina?
Probably. Guessing
it's
on
bold.
the scope. Yeah.
It's bold of you to assume that there were even writers involved in that episode.
No, there was a writer because they did the same episode for Stargate.
You're not gonna convince me that episode was written by anything other than someone shaking a boggle cube full of tropes and just like writing the script from that. No, that's because it's garbage, and it's known garbage. It's regularly held up as the worst. It's not my least favorite because it's still fun to make fun of.
Aquiel?
But it's still Aquiel. It's Aquiel, and it's not close. And we talked about that on chat, and we can continue talking about that on chat. But I'm sorry, I'm coming in hot. What are you guys talking about?
We're talking about.
Hold on. Doesn't Aquiel have like the Wrath of Khan like biostation reuse or whatever? The science station?
Most of early TNG has all of TOS reuses at some point. Even Worf's Baldric is the original Klingon Baldric before it got stolen. Like
I like that space station, so I can say that about Aquiel. But
regular one.
All right, objective events.
Yes.
But the dog did it.
And that's all we have to say on objective events. The dog did it. No. Okay. So let's look at what the objective events were before, which I've never been keen on because of that, and it's purely because of that fuse level and immortalize objective. It's just I've looked at it and kind of going, I can't be arsed with that.
So,
but
I have a really unfortunate and maybe kind of stupid anecdote about that. I have 4 copies of Mariner with the Batleth sitting in my crew quarters, unfused, level 1, because I was waiting for an objective event to come along. And then
I did too.
they decide to
I literally.
break them.
Yeah.
No,
So
it's
angry.
broken.
All right, pull up in chat, folks. Let me know what you think about for the quote foreseeable future. We're going to get only unleashed objective events.
Can I give my 2 cents? Hot opinion here. I prefer the unleashed events weekly to the regular ones because we're getting more out of it.
Well, we are veteran Ivory Tower players, so we can complete it pretty easily. But
true.
Well, actually, sorry, I personally prefer the skirmish ones because I get more crons. But I can see, the other arguments.
You get a fair amount of crons in this.
You get 800 out of this if you. Well, you have to spend 400 of them.
Yeah. Which is that Cairo doesn't get citations from them as he can't complete the arena or gauntlet portions of it with something close to your normal gameplay.
Tank your arena.
Now,
tank it. You don't need to have arena.
Yeah.
You don't need to do it. Just fucking tank it. Put the worst ship on, equip the best ship, and then tank it again. The only thing you need arena for is...
to do that.
Exactly. The only thing you need arena for is maybe you need the schematics, which you get in Portal Pulse anyway, or some credits.
She's in the criminal collection too, so... Arena? No one?
Wow.
Oh, my best buddy's here to let me die 1,000 deaths.
Hey, so I said WRG your idol?
Yeah, or me.
Yeah. No, so I can see where you're coming from on that, and the thing that I enjoyed about the lower skill, lower power objective events was the ones for like faction events where you were starting to get some boosts that you could kind of stockpile, and I got a fair bit of 4-star and 5-star time reducer boosts that I wouldn't otherwise get. But well, and it's still a purple citation. I mean, a 4-star citation and a purple portal are generally going to be more useful for most players. And apologies to Cairo, it's just that if the game is telling you to play counterintuitively, then you have to respond to what the game is telling you to do, whether or not you think that is smart, whether or not you think that's the way that it's intended to play these game modes. If the game itself is telling you need to do this, guess what? You need to do this. And what you think about it is kind of irrelevant at that point.
Well, to be fair, I will sympathise with them on the Gauntlet because I've already related to the fact that with how Gauntlet has been, it's been rough getting 45. I can't imagine trying to get 50.
Well, and also just all these new skill sets where it's nothing but either Tribbled Korax, I can't think right now, and or 25 and 45% to Gauntlet exclusives. Otherwise, it makes it much more difficult to get and maintain streaks and get all those wins that you need. So they are shooting themselves in the foot by doing that, on top of any other way that they're shooting themselves in the foot by doing this.
Do they have any feet left?
No, like I said, they're in the Mark Jameson hover chair. That's how they get around.
Dude, that thing being wood paneled is just the cherry on top of that episode. It's the Winnebago Chair 2000.
Yeah.
He's got speakers in the sides, so just play the best of gold.
No, it's like an '86 Buick LeSabre or something. It's just
it's got that cherry interior.
That
smells
is
good.
Corinthian leather.
What planet made this hover chair? It no longer exists.
Put it in H.
Evans of Wales in chat says WRG will get less deal from me because I need less copies of the Tuesday purples. Yeah, if we're getting okay, in 4 weeks you're getting 1 purple site from the campaign. Assuming this goes on for a while, 4 from objective events. If you're buying the
oh god, yeah, that's quite a lot. The Uber
that
campaign.
top campaign, that's 3 more, 8 purple sites.
That's a lot of crew.
You're gonna have to start like recycling them for ISM or something.
But no, it's 7 total. You get 2 purples from the Uber campaign.
No. They're gonna introduce a Darbo super rare site sale at some point. You just
Yeah, well, whatever. That's what Soylent Purple is made from. They grind up these super rare sites.
Oh, that's where all
So,
my
yeah.
is going.
Citations.
If you are a campaign buyer and complete these objective events, yes, you will have 7 super rare citations a month.
Cool.
Just as a floor. And we were already saying that if you're buying the campaigns, that basically you don't have to pull portal packs ever again. I mean, pull event packs ever again if you don't want to. And that
I can't see this going on for months. I think they're just going to spin their wheels in other areas until they get this boss battles out the door. For podcast listeners, are you happy with more unleashed objective events? 43% say no, more variety, please. Sorry, no, comma, more variety, please. 36% say yeah for a few weeks. 14% say yes, they're fine with them. 7% say no, they're too difficult. I can understand. Look, even if you only miss, if you fail 1 out of every month or whatever, that's still a pretty rotten feeling. So
yeah,
Judge, case closed. You wish I could over the case?
Well,
No. I want to go. You want to go for a recess? Yeah, that one.
I will say that even if you're not
Wait, Vic, I've got more jokes.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Pike, are you guilty? Beep, beep. He said yes, yes. Take him away.
Well,
go ahead.
I will say that if you are not bound and determined to complete the Unleashed objective event every week, just burning 400 crons for a purple pack is not a bad thing.
That's good money.
It's pretty quick to do. So
I did fail I failed an arena battle today to a level 3 Navarre who randomly destroyed my crafted lineup level 10 proton rocket ship. It's just like, nope, fuck you.
Cretan supremacy.
Yeah.
Well, I lost to Gary Mitchell in Gauntlet yesterday.
He was made
so...
for Gauntlet, big.
Oh yeah, he built
true.
for it.
Yeah,
that's what I've heard. I've heard that he's also good in Gauntlet.
So, all right. Let's.
Benefit.
Is Gary Mitchell a tactician? We gotta
see. This is the way you could have added value to.
Yeah, chat will know this. But wait, is Gary Mitchell Tribbled?
Guys, it's not as if I built a fucking. Better
fucking not be.
Oh, he's Lieutenant Commander Mitchell. Yes.
Yeah, can't Gary call him Gary Mitchell. Someone might recognize him from the show.
No, that's when they had the Kelvin verse version from the comics.
Yeah, no tactician. No.
Let's wrap this back around, and this is something you put in the show notes. Auto and Stars combined. Our brand new section. Hang on. Let me Is it incompetence or greed? There you go. I thought I'd give you some flair for that.
That's excellent. All right, so the panel will rule, and we're going to have to split a vote so that there's no 2 and 2. Like, there must be a winner here. So we have 3 votes on the panel. Is it incompetence or greed? All 8 65% gauntlet sets in a row for Tribbled, Koloth, and Korax. Incompetence or greed?
Well, I vote mostly incompetence just because it is difficult to translate that directly into dollars. Like, yes, people can spend dilithium to grind up to get copies of the crew, but it's like, I don't know. I just don't see the direct line to massive amounts of revenue. I just think that they are being very lazy about it and just adding a whole bunch of sets all at once to make it look desirable, just for the purposes of mostly excitement. So I'm going to vote mostly
through greed is what you're saying.
Yeah. Incompetence is eternal. That's Ferengi rule of acquisition number 69.
Well, I'm gonna quote rule of acquisition number 20. Greed is eternal, which I didn't just completely Google just now. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's greed. I'm gonna say it's greed.
Greed.
Yeah, I'm gonna greed.
So now we have to agree on this. So they added 4 that were exclusive just for him, but then they kept repeating 4. So I'm
Can I just stop you? This is like that meme with the guy at the sports game. He's wearing a baseball cap and he's hugging his girlfriend who's hot. And he's trying to excite.
Yeah, he like fingers right in my neck.
He's just like right down.
The 2 red button meme where the guy's sweating and he has to press one or the other. Right, so they added 4, which is clearly greed, but then they just kept coming. So I think they forgot to like turn off the RNG switch.
Oh, you think the lever on the monkey is stuck?
So I'm leaning toward incompetence, even though it started out as greed.
I'm feeling greed.
Greed?
I feel like greed.
All right, he has a stronger conviction, so the panel will vote 2 greed, 1 incompetence.
Tongo.
Bravo! Everybody's a winner.
Yeah.
Round number 2, Professor Data being buffed post-release after they realize he's not in an event he's in, now a 6-pack.
Now, this one I actually really want to hear big thoughts on this, because I know that Data is a character very near and dear to your heart, and this is a long-requested player's choice kind of character.
By the way, I love this game already. Incompetence or greed?
Greed, sir. Greed. No, this, I mean, how could it be anything other than greed? I mean, it is, one, you took the card out of an event for reasons that may or may not have totally been under your control, and then you put him in a 6-pack much later instead of releasing him at any point in the interim where you could have stuck him in another event, in other events where you had to make changes at the last minute, so presumably he was available at that point. So then you put him in a 6-pack, then you leave him, well, first you buff him once in the 6-pack, and well, before he hits it, well, we'll talk about that some other time. But then you leave him out there for 24 hours for purchase in these packs, where people could decide, the art's good, maybe I'll take a stab or 2, but it's like he's not that interesting. The skill sets is good, but the power's not there. You leave that for 24 hours, and then I don't know, you run the numbers, see the stats or something, and like it's not selling enough. So it's like, let's do an emergency hot fix stat boost on top of that. How can it be anything other than we need to sell more dilithium? People need to be buying more packs for Data. Can't be anything else. It's greed.
Okay, greed. Idle.
Rule of acquisition number 43. Feed your greed, but not enough to choke it. It's greed.
I think really at the top on the thing of greed is the fact that it's staff favorites, despite the fact that we knew that this crew was coming like 9 months ago. So,
well, they probably picked the rest of the ones in the. Yeah, we said we would have a softball in the inaugural run of Incompetence or Greed, and this was it. It's greed. That's greed. 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 Okay, round number 3. Asking 1.225 million honor for a new ship. Is this incompetence? Do they get the price point wrong? Or greed? They want to milk you dry before the next honor sale. Big. Your thoughts?
Well, it's greed again. It's just the idea of having a ship for honor is greed right off the top. Because it's like you are bleeding players to bleed them again elsewhere. And just to make them buy more honor when more valuable things to spend your honor on come along, i.e. honor sales. They did themselves even better by having the honor sale almost immediately after release too. So that's particularly brazen. But yeah, this is 100% greed again.
I'm going to go with incompetence on this one. I think they misunderstand how much honor the community has when, I think they work on 9-month timescales where, about a year ago we were talking about, oh, we've got 1.2 million honor to spend on this honor sale. They're going, oh, they've got 1.2 million honor, have they? What about now? And I think the honor sale, with them being recurring as they are, is now kind of automatic, and maybe them pushing the Bortas beforehand is a little bit of, okay, let's drain the honor of it, but I think it's more kind of like, yeah, we have no idea how much ships are worth. This is kind of like how much is a banana to most politicians, and what is milk worth these days. I think it's like they kind of don't have a little. I'm going to go with incompetence.
So 1 for greed, 1 for incompetence. Yes.
Okay.
So let me tell you.
So,
Conference.
First of all, I'd like to just say it's got to be both, because the whole milking players before the honor sale, that's been well established. The issue is the
which
price
one's more
point.
powerful?
Yes, the
Yeah.
price point.
For me, I think it has to be Incompetence. I think they don't understand how much honor is actually worth. I think they vastly underestimate or overestimate how much people will pay for premium packs and juice that down into honor. I also think that they are quite incompetent in that they picked a ship which does not have any unique traits, and therefore will not have any unique antimatter traits.
Please don't remind them of that.
I also think that they missed a trick because they really wanted to sell this. What they should have done, and this has just occurred to me, is a kind of a scummy move, but I think people would kind of appreciate the sheer what the fuckery of it. They should have made it the Federation Hollow ship from Insurrection, and it could be any trait instant match with a 2500 antimatter.
I think they would have to code something though. So
yeah, so that's why it's incompetent. They missed the trick,
dude. We're going to get the GOM 2 trait added in the rotation next week, and y'all are going to be so sad.
Real
bad. All right, I agree. It's incompetence here. I think greed is obvious, but dude, 1.2 million. Like, if it was a third of that, maybe then we're talking about okay, new players. You can build your way deterministically. So
yeah, this is kind of the same thing as them misjudging the amount of victory points that you needed for the Convergence Day reruns.
Yeah, 2 or 3 years in a row did they follow that up.
Can we just appreciate the irony of them introducing a new amazing arena ship at the moment when everyone's tanking it? No one gives a shit about arena right now. It's like, no, fuck it, I want to tank it to win.
No one can tank as stylishly as the Bortas, you know?
Yeah. So, I'm just wondering, if you juiced down all of the dilithium that Ben had on that test account that we saw, would you get 1.2? I wonder. Would you have even enough?
What was it?
90,000, something like that? Yeah.
How much honor does that make? Is that 1.
So someone can do the math for us. By the way, I think Chad is on board with the 2-1 vote in favor of incompetence.
But it's both, really.
Yeah, it's both, but it's a little more incompetence. Yeah. Okay, round 4 of where does my mouse go? Incompetence or greed. The Player's Choice Mega, including Tryla Scott as the recurring and DeSoto as week 1. Is that greed because they want to save the better characters like Professor Data, who could also be an astrophysicist for the 6-pack? Or does incompetence because they have no emotional connection to this crew and just throw them out as golds? Big.
I think it's it's incompetence for it's incompetence for what you've already said, and then also because they threw out Player's Choice themes that were so narrow that it left them no options for filling out an entire mega's worth of crew. So I mean, it's incompetence all the way down. I don't even know how greed really enters into it.
Reporter in the field, no name namer, says 1 million dill would get you enough premium packs for the IKS Bortas if you melted it all down into honor.
So 800,000.
1 million dilithium.
So even all the dilithium that Ben had on his test account
Wouldn't have been enough.
Wouldn't have been enough. Can you fucking imagine? Hang on. Just because of that math. Thank you, no name
Let's
namer.
drink to 1 million dilithium. Thank you. And Twitch with Jay says, okay, not 980. Yeah, so about 1 million.
Wow. Okay. So
we're talking about the mega being so randomly themed and when some weird crew is the gold. Incompetence or greed?
it is incompetence because they've had so long. When they picked the 4 themes in the Player's Choice, when they had these 4 laid out, they must have thought, hey, this is who we're going to put in this, and this is who we're going to put in this one, and we'll just pick which one, each of one, and we'll put the rest in others, or maybe save it for a year's time. And we always throw around the fake fan to each other, but I'm going to throw out the fake fan gauntlet to WRG for like, have you watched the show as much as the people that are playing it? Not just us.
Not even close.
No.
I mean, that is well established.
Absolutely not. which is just like you're gonna throw it. Like when everyone saw, like when we saw the, you're gonna do Astrophysicist and Tin Man, but you've already released Tam Elbrun. You've got
Hold on.
Gontu, and
That's
it.
round 5. We'll get there.
Oh, sorry. But still, it's a case of like thinly veiled mega with a theme, which they've done plenty of times. They've done, like, don't get me wrong, they have done some amazing themes for Gauntlet. Sorry, not Gauntlet, for mega events, and for, they've done several out there that I've looked back at some of my favourite 4 weeks of playing this game. Like looking at the next one, thinking, yeah, I want that crew, I want this crew, and going to the recaps and going, yeah, I'm happy to go and pull on this, and that's been a good experience in this game. I'm looking at this one coming up and thinking, there are ups and downs.
I like that noise.
I'm happy to go and pull on this. Did I quote you correctly?
Sorry, what now?
I'm happy to go and pull on this.
I am always happy to pull on anything at any time. But on this time, I'm going for Incompetence.
Yeah, like a softball, man.
Oh, it's a little bit of dude. They serve these up for us,
Well, that's the thing. Like the final word on the thing has to be two. There's 2 words for this, and it's Mako Mayweather. They have no sense of ceremony. They have no sense of marking the passage. Like, they did Susmanar Sarek for, 500? And that was like, okay, this is thematic. It's like, Sarek's a pretty big character in the lore and whatever. Mayweather? And the fact that
you want to play 20 questions?
if it were any random mega, it would be like, oh, this one's kind of lame. This was a player choice mega.
Yeah,
you couldn't,
I didn't choose this.
Some player favorites in there. Like, okay, maybe Fox is kind of a player favorite, but most of these are like, who, what, Memory Alpha?
So here's the other part of it. Is it incompetence to think so little of the intelligence of your player base that you're continuing this sham of calling these players' choice megas?
Yeah.
When really it's just kind of, give you the illusion of choice, but we're just going to kind of do whatever we want behind the scenes anyway. Can we end that now? Can we stop? Because I'm over it.
Yeah, Lieutenant Picard will be cool.
Yeah, happy to see that guy.
Out as we think as a purple, we won't be able to use.
I'm happy to see Tryla Scott. I'm happy to see Lieutenant Picard and any of these crew. But just
one of the engineers from season 1 of TNG. That's cool.
I'm like, there's a few. When they had random engineers in every episode of season 1, I'd be happy to have a collection of just like him and Carey and like from Voyager, and just like one-shot engineers would be quite fun. That would be quite a fun collection. But
right, but is that the player's will? Is it the will of the collective?
No, but is this the player's will? Is this?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not.
Yeah.
So all right, clean sweep, easy Incompetence. One last round, number 5.
Okay. You know what? I just thought up one thing before we continue. I thought up the perfect theme that would fit someone like Robert DeSoto and Captain Tryla Scott. So, when I was talking about to Otto about who Robert DeSoto was, because he's not an immediate name that you think of, I had to bring up, do you remember in DS9 when Nog is having to trade all these favors in order to get stuff for the Defiant? And he has to trade with a guy so that he can take a picture of himself behind Captain Sisko's desk, because he collects pictures of himself behind like Captain Picard's desk, Captain DeSoto's desk. If you had made this mega so that it was from the viewpoint of this one random guy who really likes collecting pictures of himself behind storied, important the Captain desk, and he's Captain Tryla Scott, Captain Robert, so I've been like, okay, that's pretty cheeky. That would be pretty fun. And that's the only time that it is acceptable to have Captain Robert DeSoto in a mega.
Unless you're going for a full conspiracy thing.
Yeah,
full conspiracy would have worked. Yeah,
Horatio
Keel, stuff like that.
Not Tin Man. If they said this was a conspiracy mega, we've got Tryla Scott, we've got DeSoto, we've got a fusion crew, Picard and Riker firing on proper destroyed what's his name? Remick. Remick, that's the one. Yeah.
Okay, round 5, the final round of Incompetence or Greed. We have 4 months in a row of daily reward Tam Elbrun, who is also going to be featured in, I think the event notes went up, next week's event. Is that Incompetence or Greed? I'm not sure how it's Greed, but if you can sell me on that.
Yeah, Okay,
Because
can
presumably we were told that they plan these megas far ahead of time. And if we're presented with 3 options, surely they would have thought them through ahead of time.
So isn't Tam
if you
Elbrun
believe that, I got a bridge to sell you.
Isn't Tam Elbrun the ranked reward?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to say they don't give I'm not even going to go incompetence or greed. I'm just going to go they don't give a fuck. And they just put him in there. Because it's like, what crew can we put the dates? Oh, fuck it, Tam Elbrun.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the olden days that we're going to get Frank on here to talk about at some point, I guess, where the ranked reward and the threshold reward purple were the same purple. So you'd end up with like 7 copies of, Platonian Kirk or whatever.
Think of the objective event fusing, though.
Yeah.
I have to
Which, yeah.
Hold on. Chad has redeemed some hair flips. Can you read this out, please?
Who is this for?
Wow, I got little stars spittle on me from that one.
Yeah, you should
save that. Sell it on eBay.
You can grow your own stars and garters.
You're either wealthy or got COVID.
The spittle spells out incompetence on my forearm.
It's not professionalism. Does any from before times? Frank might probably remember this. Does anyone remember when, in the daily rewards, a certain blue crew called Commanding Officer Cisco appeared for a moment, and then someone tattled on the fucking forums?
All right, hold on. Let's before we move on. Tam Elbrum, incompetence or greed? We can make this a lightning fire round.
Incompetence.
If we're gonna stick to the rules, yeah, incompetence.
Next time one of them say that we planned this out months in advance, we can have this one in the hopper ready to go.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you all for playing the introductory round of Incompetence or Greed.
Okay. Okay, final crew we need to talk about tonight is the Tuesday pack from last week, Shroomies. For those that don't know, and oh god, you guys have screwed up my layouts. I've got squashed big. I'll sort that in a minute. Shroomies, last week's Tuesday reward from the Enterprise episode that is probably one of my favourite Enterprise episodes, if I'm honest. It's a really good one. Guys, what do we think about him? Them.
Highly advanced, mysterious species with unknown motives who silently chased and attacked the Enterprise.
Good episode.
He's great.
It's a really good episode.
It's one of the few episodes that actually delivers on the promise of the NX-01 is going to go out there. We're going to have no idea what we're facing. We are massively underprepared and ungunned. We have no idea what we're doing.
Yeah, I love
this
it.
Is literally,
yeah.
If you take the 45-minute clip of this episode and show it to the Vulcan High Command, they'd be like, that's why you shouldn't be going out there, humans.
Thank you, Cairo. The Elachi is what Star Trek Online calls them, but yeah, they are the Shroomies. But
by the way, as long as he's still here in chat, Janos, we love you. I know you have been having kind of a tough couple days, buddy, so thanks for sticking around.
You're always beloved every time you turn up.
Okay, a lightning quick poll now. No explanation. Do you like the 2 people in 1 art? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Makes no sense to the episode, but it works.
In small doses, it works.
I said no explanation, man. You heard me.
Don't wait.
I said yes.
To me now.
And now I'm qualifying it. Yeah.
Have you guys ever played the game Slender Man?
I've heard about it.
It's like a horror game. These look like 2 Slender Man.
But that was the thing I loved about that episode of Enterprise was it was truly an alien species that came on and just fucked them up for no reason and then buggered off. Like it wasn't until they tested their new torpedoes. Like it was like, oh, we got this new experimental weapon. Reed's like, I can't get it to work, and no, they got it to work. But it was truly something alien, unknown. It was the first Enterprise episode that made me kind of go, oh, actually, I kind of see what they're going for in this series. Like, you're venturing out into the universe, and there are some species that are so alien that they don't register on our thing. And I think it was the episode Hoshi was kind of... We get away Team Hoshi, don't we? She sort of, like, goes to sort of like an alien ship for the first time, and like everyone's strung up by...
Yeah. And then they never did any of that again.
No, but
Cindy kind of capitalized on it. But I think this is one of those episodes that actually stands up even stronger when looked at as after the series has ended, because they never elaborated on them. Apart from Star Trek Online, they have no species name,
which is cool.
They only have this weird nickname name.
Which is why they're called Shroomies, which is kind of just a funny name.
Yeah. It's like that's what makes it so much stronger is the fact that they never felt the need to go back to it. It's not part of an arc. It's not some part of the lore. It's just something random happened. I'm pretty sure people died, and that's what space travel is like. This is exactly what people like Bones and the 2009 Star Trek movie talk about, where space is like disease and death.
Yeah.
And
Did you ever hear?
What I'm picturing is these guys, and I kind of love that kind of volatility comes across in how strong they are. They are a massively powerful card.
Did you ever hear the theory that this is what Captain Bentine's species was? When they talk about when Dax talks about him with the transparent skull, it was actually a Shroomies.
I don't know if I want to kiss that.
Hey,
he must be great in bed if that's true, because kind of an uggo.
Whatever tweaks your freak, pal.
Hey.
Is Ortega's like the best? She's the best.
Yeah, I think that phrase is going to go around for a while. Tier 1, why?
Okay, so this is a monster crew. Number 1, Voyager, unboosted score. 8 antimatter traits with a strong skill set. This guy's going to voyage amongst your 4 or 5 golds, probably. In Gauntlet, he actually got more... he has 8 45% sets.
Holy shit.
With competent rolls and, again, a good skill set. So this is the kind of crew who, if you're starting the game out and you get just a single copy of him, he's going to help you win exclusives. He really will. He actually picked up an extra couple crit things when they added these Tribbled sets or whatever.
And he's a purple, so that means you have a decent shot of getting him from the 6-pack.
Yeah. Lots of traits. He's already in 2 hard-to-complete collections. Personally, I don't have Resourceful or Innovator done. He's in those 2. He's got a lot of other good juicy traits. And he's the only +9 attack damage crew in Arena with instant damage, I think. So 250%, nice little chunk there. You can use him as your main attack boost. He's good in kind of all the regular daily areas of the game except for daily shuttles, but you can find those a dime a dozen. So this, for me, sorry, Mirrorflox, you were an absolute monster and a joy to use for years and years. This is kind of the new number 1 purple in the game, in my opinion.
I'm really looking forward to when he joins the port so I can get a copy.
Yeah, well, he should be retrievable again because good traits.
Retrieval purples?
I mean, he's...
Well, some do it.
Yeah, it's basically he's Mirrorflox with a 3rd skill.
Yeah, kind of.
With a 3rd breast, essentially. That's the strange new world that we've all been looking for out there. Yeah, well, it tastes like chicken. It's shroomy meat,
There is a type of mushroom called chicken in the woods that does apparently taste just like chicken, so there you are.
It's like snake meat or crocodile meat. Just close your eyes when you eat the shroomy. Look, we've been going 2.5 hours.
Glad I came.
Okay. Like we've talked about the purple you can't get until 9 months' time for long enough. I think it's time we brought back a classic. So it's 2 years. We've been doing this for 2 years. Like, it's been far too long, and you guys have been with me all this amazing journey. But one of the first things we did on the very first episode, and a few others after, we played Guess the Tier, where I challenged you guys to guess the tier. And Big, thank you for joining us, because you can actually be a bit of a tiebreaker here as well. But you're thinking, Idle, you're going to play Guess the Tier with the existing Big Book. But oh no, I have a copy of the Big Book circa 2019, which I'm going to challenge you to guess the tier from. And
from tier 1, baby. He's still tier 1.
Yeah, go ahead and cross mirror Stamets off. If you thought you were going to get us with that one, that's...
Oh, no. This is going to be... And I'm going to challenge you, chat, as well. This is dated... The last stats update was the 23rd of February 2019, so...
Do we still have 14 tiers in this one?
Let me check. Hang on. You do have 14... Oh, hang on. You have 15 tiers.
I think
because Binars...
15.
Binars are like a secret... Like the 1000.
Yes, the Binars are the secret tier 001100011001110.
Yeah, well, we used to have fun with this. Now it's down to hard science and meet your deadlines and.
But oh no, this is the fun one. So test your memory, gentlemen. Please, can you tell me from 2019 what was the tier of Age of Sail Riker?
Oh,
3.
God.
He was a good Voyager back then. I'll say tier 3. Weak base, good Voyager. Riker events picked up shortly after that. Not really a gauntlet option. I think this was the pre-collection boom. I'll say 3.
Yeah.
Maybe 4. I'll say 3.
Well, it's like a lot of what he hangs his hat on now is collection stuff. So I'm gonna say that it's a 4. I'm gonna say it's a 4.
So we got 3, we got 4.
Your answers?
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna go with 4 as well. That's how I'm erring.
You in fact rated him tier 6.
What?
Back then.
What?
Whoa.
The beard, the lean, the Riker charm. He certainly deserves more events. As for the card, formerly top shelf Voyager, but remained good enough for daily voyage work with the odd weekend chip in with his #1 variant command. Someone PM me on the day in 29 wanting to edit in his Age of Sail collection.
Saw that coming. Wait, does it have his Voyage rank there?
You put him as Voyage rank 59 at the time.
That's really
tier
good.
6.
That's pretty good.
We sucked at this.
I guess we were brutal more back in the day.
Okay.
I'm glad it's all automated now.
Okay.
Dude, you're telling.
Marquis Tuvok.
Ooh. He was good back in the day. He has a really good skill set and a lot of traits.
No, I think
Tuvok's
he's been perennially underrated for his contributions basically since the very beginning.
Yeah, Tuvok never had a great event streak though.
5.
I was gonna go lower than that. I was gonna say 7.
I'm gonna break the difference and say 6.
Congratulations, Big. You've got the first point. Tier 7. Marquis
Boom!
Tuvok. Okay.
Oh, wait, I forgot we're going to 14. Damn it.
You are going to 14.
I was thinking 10.
Yeah.
Kortar.
Kortar. Okay.
Kortar was
At
never
that
my
point,
friend.
but I think he was probably still had some of that juice left over from being a mega crew. What'd you say? 8?
8. Ocho.
Yeah, I'm feeling about an 8.
9.
Congratulations, Stars. You have him tier 9. So that's 1 for Stars, 1 for Big. Okay.
And that was pretty controversial, moving him down as far as we did.
Well, he was a
even early
mega, and
on.
everyone's like, he's good
Exactly.
for me. I have him
He
at 5
voyaged for
stars.
me.
Yeah.
The eternal refrain.
I'm like, that's not how this works, people.
This is back when you and I used to argue about the tier of a single crew for about half an hour.
Yeah. And now
Why do you always have to rate them as if they're fully fused? Nobody has fully fused crew.
Well, I mean, that's true. We didn't have crew retrieval. We didn't have honor sales. The portal was about 5 crew deep, so.
That's true.
Captain Lorca.
Okay, he was high.
He was
I
the
remember him being
number 1 or number 2 command base, and the number 1 command and dip base.
And this was still when Disco Megas
Discovery
were
Megas,
still.
tier 4, I'll say.
I was going to say 3 or 4. I'm not sure. Well. This
No,
might
tier
have been
5.
long enough. No, this might have been long enough that we had finally started to drop him at that point. So I'm going to say 4 also.
5.
You go
7.
4, you go 5. Were you going Stars?
7.
7. Wow, interesting. He's tier 4. So who
Count
said
it.
4?
Me and Otto. both
So
said 4.
2
I thought you
Auto,
said
1
4.
to
I
Stars.
changed it to 5 because I'm a ninny fins.
Oh.
I'm not going to get a single one right in my own damn book.
Okay. Interesting enough, he was according to your stats, he was command number 5 at the time.
Well, by then, no.
But he probably would have been number 1 Discovery base.
Yeah.
Atana Joel.
She was fresh off the presses back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a pilot.
It was like
I think
2019.
it was late 2019, yeah.
But still, I mean the bases were not good.
This was pre-Red Angel, so she had a little more gauntlet juice.
I'm gonna say tier 3.
Yeah.
I didn't like her though, so that's what most heavily influences the tier, whether I like her crew or not. I'll say 4.
I'm gonna say 6.
So 3, 4, 6.
I'm afraid it's tier 5. Tier 5.
Ooh, okay, so
As
we
with
split
all
the
mega
difference.
event crew, it's important to remember skewed public opinion for a crew which enters the roster with a star advantage. That said, Etana is still strong,
Brilliant.
if not omnipotent. All right.
Damn.
This is great. I love this.
I'll take half a win on that one.
Tyler, son of none.
Ooh, I remember being
This is
bad.
pre-collection, so he's Command Ipsod.
Yeah.
He did get Discovery
Trash.
Juice. 9.
Shit, I was gonna say 9.
You can still say 9.
I'll say.
Do I get credit for being the first one to put my stuff out there?
No.
Come on.
I mean, I've got no pen and paper, so I'm not keeping the score on this other than my head. So you guys are gonna have to try.
Yeah, but
this.
I mean,
I'll say. Fuck. I'll say 10.
I'm going to say 8, because I don't remember him being atrocious on Voyages when he debuted.
but this is not Price is Right, where you get tiers 1 through 8, and I'm locked into tier 9. That's not how it works. All right.
$1, Bob.
If we're off, we're off.
It's tier 8.
Oh, there you go.
Isn't that a feeling?
All right, let's spin the wheel. Marlon McGivers.
Oh.
Tier 10. Oh, she was way at the
No.
bottom. So tier, what's the lowest on purples? 15?
Purpose is.
Oh, no, you're right. She had that. She had,
14.
She had that
14
big dip
is
base.
she had the dip base. Stupid
Yeah.
dip bases.
Awful traits, though.
Yeah, but I also didn't like big bases back then. I tiered. I want to say 9. I'll say 10.
No, I'm gonna say 7. That
Generous.
might be
So
underrating.
you say 7, you say 10. I'm going to go ahead and say 11, actually. I'm going to go for local.
Ooh. It's
Which
tier
was
10.
dip in. Ooh.
Oh.
Yes!
Nice.
I'm
Two
on the
for-
board, baby.
was that 2 for auto, 2 for big? 1 for
1.5
stars?
for me.
No, I think I got 2.
We got a half. We split the difference on that one. Me and Big.
All right. Queen Guinevere Kira.
Oh boy.
2 skiller.
Yeah, and her base is she doesn't have a big base. She has
She's a
2
gauntlet crew,
reasonable bases, but they're a little lower. And because of the way, well, that's
This is
another
green disguise Kira.
There's a 14.
One okay, one terrible gauntlet roll.
I'll go again with tier 10. No, tier 9. She got a lot of events.
Shit, I was gonna say
Tier 9.
9.
You can still say it.
He's back at the point.
Yeah, I'll say 9.
I'm going to say
$1, Bob.
Kira's had a good event history all the time. She had Gauntlet. She had a good few traits. I'm going to go ahead and say 7.
Wow, you guys suck. She's tier 11.
Wow.
Oh.
Tier 11 back then.
But
I know I didn't
yeah,
like
I mean
it,
her
Don't fucking
her collection
butt.
value.
This is
hadn't
auto
yet.
sheet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's do one more, and I'll take from the super rare tiers. Let's do this. Let's go for Anbo Jitsu Raika.
I should point out that even back then we were like, fuck super rares, we don't care about them as much.
That's not true. Well, you're going to dedicate more time to the crew who
Because everyone
more
cares
people
about
care
the
about.
golds.
Yeah.
There's a reason that the golds were at the top and the purples were at the bottom.
Well, and the crew that you interact with more regularly on your own roster, so you have a better sense of their value.
Yeah.
When you just freeze and forget purple crew, it's harder to
there's
keep that in
15
perspective.
tiers to him.
Bojitsu Raika.
I'll say 9. He wasn't great, but I think that node unlock was much more exclusive than the pilot sec node. So I'll go 9.
Yeah, but I think this was also in kind of a doldrum of Riker event time.
Yeah, he picked it up later.
Yeah. So I'll say 10. Tier 10.
I was going to say 10.
9, 10.
He's a 2 skiller, correct?
Yeah.
2 skiller.
This is before Jazz Hands Riker and Riker Q.
Oh man, Riker Q was a blitz of a crew when he came out. That's how long we've been playing this game. 11.
Oh, you're all so close. Tier 12. So what's the score? What are we on score-wise? Have you been keeping track? Because I haven't.
I won.
I think Stars won. I think Stars eked it out.
It was me.
I had 1.5.
Sure. Let's
Big
do
wins
one.
because you turned up.
Okay, last one for chat. For chat only. For chat only. Frank Hollander. Where do you think Frank Hollander is, chat?
Okay, so we can help chat out here by giving them some context. Back in the day, I think this was pre-Age of Sail data.
Yes.
Pretty sure he debuted in like late 2019. 2020.
Yeah, he would have been the #1 command base for Datas.
He had instant damage.
Yeah, I think
He
with a
was
trigger.
in Western Collection. I think that was one of the original collections, right? So
He was fairly tradey, and I think we liked trades for their event potential.
You do have Age of Sail data is on this list, so it may be a bit further on.
Oh, okay.
Two then.
I do remember that the phrase "the black sheep of Datas" was
because he's the only one that's not
for
got
a
end
long
or
time.
Yeah, he
Okay,
wasn't like a big...
let me read your note you put. His stats are nothing special, but his trait boosted event count is. I'd take lower stats that catch a bonus far more often over a better base rank whose number rarely gets called. A wonky stat blend in the arena may not be a good fit for everyone, but a chunk of instant damage is always worth consideration. As is an exclusive Vanity Collection spot, Hollander is more a luxury pick, with a recurrent weekend faction work to help keep his usability afloat.
He is the rich Corinthian leather of the whole choice.
Yes.
He's
We
the
see from
burnt-out
chat.
pig.
We're seeing 4, 12, 7, 13, 5.
I
Okay.
think 4 is for previous crews, so 12, 7, 13, and 5.
Interesting. I'll
And
give you one.
a whale for some reason.
Yeah, of course.
Tier whale.
Tier whale. Saying 8 for. Okay. I will break the tension out. He is tier 9. Nobody wins.
9, wow.
Tier 9.
Well, who's closest?
It's
I
fun.
think we got to play closest to the pin next time.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. I quite enjoy. I've had this document for a little while now. It's quite interesting to go through and look back at this crew because this document is kind of when I first started playing the game as well. So it's like interesting to see who I thought was good then. Like tier 1 back then.
All right, hold on. Who are all the tier 1 golds?
I was just let's say you've got First Officer Burnham, Gary Seven, Leonardo da Vinci, Locutus of Borg, Warship EMA, and Mira Stamets.
Yeah.
Okay,
One of those is wrong.
an 80% hit rate is pretty good, all right?
Just
He
like
didn't
his
have
brother
number
Navigator
effect.
Stamets,
He
Mira
threw it up in the
debuted with a
dirt.
#1 disco base and above average, aggressively average voyage numbers.
I think he was the second Eng Psi Med crew in the game.
Like,
Da Vinci was the first, I'm pretty sure.
Put it in perspective, back in 2019, voyage rank 50 got you in tier 1.
Well, it was because of the skill set.
Yeah, but exactly. Proves my point.
And also,
about 2
that
hours
was
ago.
when Discovery events were still booming. I think we were on our second
Yeah,
or fourth.
he debuted in a Discovery Mega. He was like the 3rd Mega, I think.
And Mira felt good. That was back when Mira had 2 megas.
It had a few standalones and a Mega.
This is a lot of excuses for maybe one of the worst.
Look,
All right.
It made sense at the time. Yeah.
All right. And enough excuses. Let's do some beholder meters before we end the show. Because why not? Big's here, and we didn't do enough with him. So, Big, it's your turn to give us the tricorder noise.
It's more the Dabo wheel sound.
I was going to say, are you my cat purring?
I think you put a plane card in your bicycle spokes or something.
Oh, this is fun. 0 stars on Ushan Archer. 0 stars on, oh my god, it's the bees, Jake. And 1 star on Mirror Intendant Kira.
Oh, it's Kira. It's not
It is
close.
Kira, isn't it?
It's unfortunate.
I never listen to you. I just wait for the stream to catch up. Sorry. Give me a second.
And I put so much effort into it. Come on, right, we spin it again. We're spinning it. Someone give me a noise. Any noise.
I do kind of like Archer, but now that you have Koloth there with the big sec roll, he's useless in Gauntlet, and the node on lock is a lot easier to do. So.
That's quite
Dun,
good.
dun,
It's
dun,
not
dun,
the Spurs
dun.
tricorder. Oh, okay. Now this is interesting. 0 stars on Esteemed Curzon Dax. 0 stars on Executive Director Hugh. 0 stars on Zahian Adira.
sorted by height, so
Yeah, you
all you
Yes.
people out there.
Good behold, I like
This is tough
Hmm.
because they all have.
They're all
Something
good.
going-
Yeah, I hesitate to say good, but they all have their merits.
Well, because Adira has the instant damage. They are a recurring discovery character, costumed. Maverick could pick up. Hugh has Borg. Obviously, he's not going to be popping up anything else. But he's Steel Voyages, I'm pretty sure. Like
I use
Psychomon.
Hugh quite a lot. I
mean,
don't have
isn't he a
Curzon.
cultural figure also? He's got a few traits.
Yeah, cultural figure, caregiver. He's got a few collections. He's actually quite useful there. And then Curzon is a bit fresher, but big dip base. He's a Dax. Like these are all. I could pick any one of these.
Curzon easily. Best collection, which is all that matters. And yes, he is a Dax. So all those trade events plus all the Dax events, I like him.
Spoken like a big booker from 2019.
Look, he's not Casimir Stamets, but I definitely take him in a behold.
Well, I would say that time has been the harshest to Adira.
I thought you were going to say the
three.
fire in which we burn, but all right, fair enough.
No, because I mean, well, and I mean, they're a case of where, you know, debuting at a certain voyage rank, we always are wary of that, and we tell people to be wary of that when they debut in like the 40 to 70 voyage rank, that they're going to fall faster and farther than
It didn't
crew that.
help that they came in a really good mega. They were sandwiched by fucking bangers. Like you had Klingon West, you had Human Saru, you had
Dexa, Barry Waddle.
Like, what a fucking
a
mega.
Malcha code. Oh, yeah.
Even the purples were all good with the exception of Human Helix.
Basically, Adira's the crew you have at like 2-5 because you wanted to pull recaps, but you were never going to finish them. So.
3 of 5 for me.
5 of 5. Like, okay, so I have Hugh and Adira both 5 of 5, and I don't have Curzon. Adira barely makes a voyage. Hugh makes a healthy amount of voyages, and I don't have Curzon. So my vote would be Hugh, but I could see Curzon as well.
I'd go Hugh just because there aren't a massive number of good Borg voyages.
Yeah.
And also I have a massive affection for the character and the actor, and I just, even with how unsatisfactorily season 1 of Picard went, I liked him, so I'm going to go with Hugh.
You said a massive number of times in this soliloquy.
You know what my love for you is like?
It's
rather big.
He looks at me, it's just kind of subconsciously, the word is drawn to the surface. Okay, another beholder meter.
All right. Someone give me the sound. Okay. No, that can't work. That's 2 Kamalas. Try again. Someone else give me the sound.
Dude, don't tap into my dreams. Just run the beholder meter, all right?
Okay. Ooh. 0 stars on regular Jet Reno, 0 stars on Chuffed Captain, or 0 stars on Interface Barclay. I think this is maybe a bit more of a no-brainer.
I think it's Chuffed.
I'm very chuffed to take Chuffed.
Dude, the way that art is posed is actually kind of funny.
Yeah, Reno's no, you can come back later.
I'm in the middle of something.
Do you remember in the days when you could take Interface Barclay into Gauntlet and you wouldn't get trounced?
Yeah.
That used to be a thing.
The only like ubiquitous command primary was Kalis, and even then, because he was honor hall, a lot of people didn't like to buy him, so he did
Back
okay.
in my day when there were 14 tiers.
Okay, so I don't like that they added lower decks to the animated collection. I kind of wish they'd made their own, because now adding all that value added to animated crew is kind of going to go by the wayside when they start churning out 18 Mariners, you know?
Yeah.
Because they know that it's an easy way to get people affection.
It basically already has, especially since it's only a 10-tier collection.
Yeah.
I mean, they will necessarily expand it, but
I hear a lot of good things about Reno and Arena. People talk quite fondly of her. This Reno, anyway, not obviously.
She's plus 10 attack and crit boost, so...
Thank you, Adam.
Wait, what? Did someone make a criminal collection joke?
All right, one last spin. I need a noise. You got to do something. Come on. All of you together. All of us. Ready? 1,
Hold
two,
on.
three. Oh, thank you, Big. Thank you, Big, for supporting me on that.
Wow.
0 stars on Koat Melot, Gabrielle A. Burnham. 0 stars on Arn Darwin, or 0 stars on Away Team Burnham. So mother and daughter and a Tribble smuggler. All kind of have a little bit of merit.
I think just all being 0 stars, you probably take Away Team Burnham for the gauntlet usage because that's the biggest bang for your buck with a single star.
I cannot remember the last time I took Burnham. Sorry, what was that?
Say what?
She's going to be good for another couple days until everyone gets there and Tribbled, Korax.
Yeah, that is the problem now. But she is slowly getting chipped down and down and down and down.
At least she's got the Psi secondary that can kind of help skirt around that a little bit. I'm just always in favor of taking gauntlet capable crew for their first star when they're available. Beyond that, then you can do other things. But I tend to.
I think she's also like resourceful in one other collection and has a couple traits.
Survivalist, I believe.
An astrophysicist might hit with this upcoming mega. So.
Yeah.
They can pull their finger out.
Now, I mean, Thomas Lennon there in the middle has, some collection merits also, but Kovat Malat,
no.
She has good traits.
Doesn't really do much for me.
Does she count as Romulan? I forget.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think she's culturally Romulan.
Yeah. Culturally Romulan.
She takes her shoes off when she enters the dojo, so she's culturally Romulan.
Yeah, she walks in the second secret entrance.
Actually, Arn is my most recent retrieval.
Really?
Because I couldn't be bothered to look at a spreadsheet or data core or anything, so I just scrolled down through and I thought, I do need some Tribbled. He's got exobiology, Klingon. He's got some good traits, so I just pulled him. And
he's
I'm happy with
Klingon
that.
as well, isn't he? Yeah, he's quite a collection pick, actually.
Yeah, you would think it.
A spoiler from a 50-year-old episode of television.
Listen, there are new fans coming in that kind of go, what? Barry Waddle? I've watched DS9, but not TOS. What?
No, I mean, I too will probably be retrieving Arn Darwin sometime in the near future. I didn't.
You kind of
pull
have
his
to for
packs or
Tribble. Like,
anything.
there's not a lot of scope. Like,
Yeah.
you need
You
literally
want Tribble Chekhov? Like we all do.
I'm sticking with Burnham there because I do think that she would find uses otherwise. But I wouldn't blame you for picking Darwin just because you think it's a more interesting choice or you want to chase the Tribble collection or something like that. Being as it's a neutral field, all 0 stars. But I would take Burnham.
Time up Burnham all the way.
I'm going to go the other Burnham and say Gabrielle.
Ooh.
Because she has interesting traits, and I also really like that moment in Season 3. I think that's a really fun episode for her and for Michael.
What's her name?
Koat
Melot.
G. Burnham. G. Burnham.
Gabrielle,
Yes.
famously did that single in the 90s. You're gonna win. Oh no, that's not even right.
Bet on traits, DeSoto. Bet on traits.
All right.
Anyway.
You can play you gotta play the intakes.
I
again at the
will
end.
do that at the end. I'll play the intakes again for those that missed it. But
By the way, when we were recording the Tribble one, he had to get low enough, like laying on my belly, so that the camera wouldn't, you just see the top of his head, and we couldn't stop laughing. He's shaking and I'm shaking, and the phone is shaking, and we sat there and laughed for about 3 minutes solid before we recorded. It was the most absurd thing. I'm like, dude, you got to get lower. No, but because we put up like the background on the TV behind us so we could record the stupid things. So.
Listen, before we do that, I mean, my favourite part of that whole is just you standing in the bathtub with your saxophone with a stupid expression on your face. That's just a crease me up.
The best part is that's the last take we did. The first two, it was just him standing there.
I went, oh.
It was just like a sight gag in a mood. But then on the last take, he was like, I'm going to do it for a jacket. I was like, oh, fantastic.
So
look, I mean, honorable mention for the Stratagema sausage fingers, though. That's
well, we put the most work into it.
I know. I'm sitting there like coring out these sausages. He's like, I'm not putting my fingers in that. I'm like, do it for the bit, dude. Do it for the bit. 2 sausages were harmed in the making of this product.
Oh, dear. If you're not eating them off your own fingers, what are you doing? Listen, we also did this show, like, this week has also been kind of our unofficial, like, 2-year anniversary, and, like, speaking from the bottom of my heart, and I said this last year, like, it's been an honor for me to do this every Wednesday with you guys, and more. We've done more and more, and you guys are solid friends, and I couldn't imagine anyone better to do. Not just timelines, fuck timelines, but just to talk about Star Trek and, like, yeah, look at that. That's absolutely fantastic to do this.
Do it, you son of a bitch.
Big, we talk about this bigger start. Like, you've joined us for the ride as well. Like, have you got anything to say about, like, what we've been doing here and how you've joined us and everything?
Well, I really felt like today was something special, because it's crazy to think that it doesn't even feel like 1 year, much less 2 years. And also just, you know, stuff like doing charity streams and you know, all of the other things that have come up, and just the kind of community that has built up around this show is been, and it's all almost universally just positive and you know, good discussions and all good people. Just like everything, there's no jerks, and there's always jerks.
Just us.
I mean, well, you know, besides Janice, but that's a whole other thing. So yeah, that's why it's like, even if it was just going to be kind of a flyby at the very end of a show that I just barely made it to, I knew I needed to be part of it today if I could, because it just felt like I needed to be, because I've been with you guys behind the scenes since the beginning, but just because of work schedules, it's really hard for me to be on this show, the flagship show proper. But you know, I would be every week if I could. But you know,
well, look, we know
we do what we can.
We're gonna have, like, this is 2-year anniversary. Things are going to change because, say, Auto, you're flying off to America at some point soon. Hence why, you know, you and Stars will let me up. And
publicly, but
yeah.
So I am getting a divorce, and I'm moving to the U.S. So you may not see me for a while. I've got to do all sorts of real life stuff. So that's why I'm so glad that you came and we could have some fun now. So yeah, it's a good pause point for me, let's say.
It's going to be interesting before, like, even if we don't talk about timelines, like, God knows this has been the breathing point for us to all talk to each other about Star Trek. I'm happy to always just keep, like, using timelines talks to you guys, just to talk to you guys about Star Trek forever. And I never want that to stop. Like, every one of you have just become like blood brothers to me, like, just because of, like, you know, Star Trek has been all of our lives. Like, it's something that's connected all of us at one point. And it's just amazingly amazing for me to talk about this with someone, and for you to join me on this journey for the last 2 years, and for whatever may change in the next few weeks. Next few months are going to be interesting for us, because things are going to change, things are going to move about. Like, there may be a show with Big and Auto in the future, like with you guys in America at that time. We'll see what happens, but it's been, yeah.
Hope you guys like the Holdometers.
And, you know, for whatever happens, I'm always been absolutely amazed that not just you 3 guys that have joined me of this, because you guys become my favourite people in the entire world, but also for everyone in chat and for everyone that's joined us.
So which one of us 3 is your real favorite?
Oh, just like my 2 children, I will never tell. 1 week I'll be like, I'm so proud of you.
That doesn't mean he doesn't know, but he'll never say. And Janice, let me get real close for this. Poop pee.
And on that note, we will be back next week for another show of Timelines Talks. And from me, from Auto, from Stars, and Big, and from every one of us, and from the bottom of my heart, for the last 2 years we've been doing this, and for many years more, I do hope, whether it be Timelines or Star Trek in general, or just another channel where we're just talking shit with each other for however many hours, I will say one last thing. Give us the phrase, Auto.
Ta-ra!
Ta-ra!
Captain's log, stardate 47195.1. The Enterprise is in orbit around Perperoni 5 to deal with a food shortage among the colonists. Long-range sensors have detected a total lack of female biosigns on the surface below.
What is wrong? Whoa! What's wrong with you?
I know what you're planning, sir. I will not be surprised.
What are you talking about? Tracy!
Why have you suspended the game?
Because this is not a rematch! You have made a mockery of me!
Data, you beat him!
No, sir. I busted him up.
That thing, Lieutenant.
Since yesterday, Doctor. This morning I found out that I mean, she had had babies.
Well, I'd say in that case you got a bargain. You running a nursery, Lieutenant?
Oh, Captain. Well, I hadn't intended to, sir, but the Tribble had other plans.
Did you get this at the space station?
Yes, sir.
A most curious creature, Captain. Its trilling seems to have a tranquilizing effect on the crew. Thankfully, I am somewhat immune.
I have something for you.
What is it?
Fan mail.
What's your deal? Starships have redundant power relays. There should.
I just spotted the hottest guy over there, and apparently he's in a band.
I want to do something too, with you.
What?
It's something you can teach me, will you?
Well, actually, about this long, this thick.
Worf? Are you all right?
Apple whiskey should be illegal.
It is.
Looks like wine's off the menu.
Unless you brought a phaser.
Never on the first date.
Assist me. Slice these vegetables transversely in 5mm increments.
Aye, aye.
A7.
Please, go away.
Come on. A little smile. How is it gonna hurt? I won't tell anyone.
What must I do to convince you to stop?
Here comes the shuttlecraft, Mr. Vulcan.